What is going on?
What is going on? That's definitely...
I'd really enjoy that as well, actually. Right. Oh my god, what was that?
Yay!
Right, I mean, yeah, we're as good as we'll ever be. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Chad Champions episode 2, annual episode. That, even though I'm pretty sure we promised to review our stuff at the end of last year, but we didn't do that. But
there's this big pandemic.
That's it. Yeah, we were delayed of doing
COVID.
this completely online thing because of that pandemic. So as always, you're joined by me, Sam, Zank, Jimmy, and then Gorshan was special guest last time, but I don't know if we really set a precedent for just the three of us for Gorshan to be a special guest.
Well, he was initially because you did the logo, didn't you?
Well, yeah,
the pixelated.
But that's showing now. But then I don't have the file for that anymore, and so it can never be edited without a lot of effort. So, and then also special guest James joins us this time round.
We love Overwatch.
Yeah, who
James is the one this year who's coming in with the hot takes.
Well,
You don't know that yet, Jimmy. You can't confirm.
Oh, James just gave me some ideas earlier, and I had to put on some sunglasses. Like when I was looking at, if you look at a solar eclipse, is to not lose my retinas. It was something.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, I don't know if hot takes is really just code in this group for uneducated, but that's okay.
You don't need education.
No.
Outlaws.
Hopefully all roads won't lead to Houston this time.
That's right, yeah, at the end of last episode, everything led to Houston, wasn't it? And they've done enough probably this season to not be the focus of our ridicule, but, I mean, we'll get there. Maybe all roads lead to Valiant, who knows?
We don't know anything about Valiant.
Well,
so
exactly.
What do you mean? We do. They're going to win the league. I'm calling it.
But we're getting ahead of ourselves.
No roads lead to Valiant. That's what it should be.
Maybe. Okay, but starting off then, we're going for the naming all Season 1 players with guest James, but which for context of James, how would you classify your Overwatch League
James
knowledge?
Edward Dyson.
Would Spotty?
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, because you started watching Overwatch League in season. Wait, was it last season? Yeah.
Last season.
Yeah.
You came to my house to watch the Season 1 Grand Finals, and that was about it.
That was so you know that London are really good still, so that's good.
Yeah, London are really good.
And DJ Khaled's the icon of the show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Sing
When
my
I
song.
say DJ, you say Khaled.
Yeah, okay. So, so the rules of the game then are going to be to give James a chance that we can name as many as we like, but James has to type them. And James,
Are we allowed references for this, or do we have to remember them off the top of our head?
No, we've got to try and remember them.
Okay.
I think what's the goal? There's 125 players, right, James? Is that it?
You got 20.
125.
I think we could aim for 70. If we get 70 in 20 minutes, I think we should be happy.
What are the difficult ones going to be? Obviously,
the teams. Shanghai, yeah.
What teams are completely changed? Dallas.
All of them.
Season 1 Dallas, I remember well enough.
I mean, it's every team has, like, no team other than Philly have the same players. I'm pretty sure.
Croydon, Friends.
Yeah, there's very few.
They have EQO, Poco, Carpe.
Whoa! Getting ahead of
Whoa!
Jeez! Look, come on, man.
And to start rattling off names.
Can't be giving him hints. That's cheating.
Okay, right. James, you want to share your screen then?
I'd love to.
It's on James now.
Watch stream, full screen.
I'm
And if I do one of these, should now be sharing my screen with some luck. Let me double check and ruin the
20 minutes.
20 minutes.
Fucking
Okay, we're good.
Oh, demonetized. Rip.
Right. Oh my god, this is going to be impossible. Okay. Right. When you're ready, James. Maybe we just leave James in a
wait.
20 seconds of silence and see what James can pop off with.
Okay, James can just whoever you know first, James, just put in, right?
Yeah.
We need to come up with some sort of tactic here. We need to plan out
like go through the teams. Yeah, we randomly.
Yeah.
Okay.
We need to. Yeah, I think we go through, and then I think we should name as many as we can, And if we can't name, like, we can
Then move on. Okay.
let's just move on if we don't.
I'm down.
You can always come back round to it.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Oh God, Boston
Right.
Uprising.
Go
I'm
on,
just looking at
James.
it. Okay, James, just go for your Florida at the start. There's no name the ones you know.
So, yeah.
Oh, I
Season
remember
one.
season one.
We got
Come on.
XQC, right?
Yeah.
Sure,
Oh,
sure.
I can type properly. Oh my god.
Oh, the
didn't
pressure's
know
already
already.
getting to him.
We
man.
got Jjonak.
Yeah.
Is that
What
it?
was it? Agilities.
Yeah.
Agilities.
Brady. In and out. Yep.
In and out. We will remember.
That's it.
Do they have
That's
in
it?
and out in China? Right. That's it.
Okay, let's go from Boston.
Oh,
All right.
Boston.
Wait, why did
We'll
you
go
say three
for-
out of...
So,
Then
Striker,
striker.
I mean,
Kansas
there's a big one, isn't there?
Dreamcasper.
Dreamcast.
Oh, is that on here?
Dream
Should be.
should be.
Dreamcast. Oh my God, not even
Okay.
Oh,
close.
wait. Oh, he's close. Yeah.
So there's a K
Ooh.
and a Z.
Oh no.
You don't know
Yeah.
anything about Dreamcast,
Yeah.
do you, James? That's interesting. We won't get into
We'll
that.
talk about that. We won't talk
Yeah,
about
we won't
that.
talk about that
We've
yet.
already been
We'll go
demonetized.
for Note.
Sure.
Sure.
A Vast.
Didn't they have a guy called Snow?
Oh
as well?
yeah,
Oh yes,
What's
no.
Snow?
yeah. Mistakes.
Oh, yeah.
What? Do you have supports?
Aim Gods.
Avast
Calyx?
Snow.
Was Calyx? No, Calyx wasn't season one,
Oh.
was it?
Neko.
Yeah, Calyx was.
Was it Neko?
Neck.
Calyx?
Yeah,
Yeah, Neko.
Neko,
Try Calyx.
yeah.
Try Calyx.
I think it is Calyx.
Yeah, it is Calyx.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh, wait,
Two
I
L's.
have to know that, right? Calyx? Calyx? What is it?
Khalees.
Calyx.
Calyx?
Milkshake.
Calyx.
What?
Calyx.
Calyx. Calyx.
Calyx.
X. What? How do you spell that?
That's the
Yeah,
whole
you
point.
got it.
Oh,
Dude.
yeah.
What's the last
We're
one?
missing one
I don't know
player.
who that person is.
Oh.
Move on.
What
move
do
on.
we have?
We,
What do-
we come
what
back.
do we
We
have?
come back.
You can come back. Yeah, I'm
Didn't
down.
they have two off tanks?
Oh, I don't remember.
Axiom. No,
No,
that's
no,
season
no,
two.
no.
Season
Kalios. Was it Kalios?
Kalios rings a bell.
Yeah, with a K.
With a K.
Kalios.
Love
Wow.
Yay!
Okay, we're
Right,
all
actually,
Boston fans
we
since
actually
season
did
one,
it.
apparently.
Right, deep
Go on
fuel.
then, Sam.
Deep fuel.
Right,
This is
XQC
your
you've
one.
got. Taimu. Let's go for the big guns.
The big
Oh,
pooey
no.
boy.
The big
Oh,
Winston
no.
player.
This is a really different one to spell.
I should have started with this. Do we help him out? Right, AI for time. It's Finnish. You can't spell. OU.
T-A-I.
TAIMOU.
Wow.
Lovely. Right, Harry
Wow.
Hook. How it
That's a simple
sounds. Yep.
Custer.
Custer.
Oh my god. Costa.
Oh, how do you spell it again?
He said Costa.
Custer. Seagull.
He didn't put Costa yet.
Oh wait, are we just giving up on Custer? I'm sorry.
No, Costa.
That's on the CJ was there.
Come on, you know
You
Custer
Costa with a
still.
C.
Starts with the C.
You
Yeah.
almost had it the first time.
Like custard.
Yeah.
Just start writing custard.
oh! No!
Yeah. A.
Costa.
Hey, that's it.
Nice.
Oh,
Costa.
oh, that's terrible.
Coco with two C's in the middle.
What?
Yeah. Oh wait, no.
You
Seagull.
can't tell him how to spell it. There's no point.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll
It's
be
not
here a
gonna- we're
while
not going to get
otherwise.
very far. If,
I don't know if you're gonna know how to spell this one. AKM.
On a similar note, RCK wasn't until season 2. Wasn't
No,
it?
yeah. No.
Who else was season 1?
They had
I did. Is it OGE?
No, they had Rascal.
Rascal. Oh
They did have
god.
Rascal.
like an
We
okay
don't
now?
talk about that.
You actually go Papago on purpose. Spell Rascal, James. Spell
I
Rascal.
don't know how to spell rascal.
Rascal.
I was on both
Oh,
teams.
wait.
How is there
Dizzy
so
Rascal.
many people we forgot about?
Where's
Oh my god,
Rascal?
Mickey!
The best brig player.
Mickey.
Is that like Mickey Mouse? What am I going
Close
with?
enough.
Oh,
Oh, I'll
Oh.
be spelling.
But you're in the ballpark.
Yeah. Oh, you almost had it. The last one you did, you almost had it.
Just freeze.
Come on,
Oh,
bro.
you're so close. No.
Come on, bro.
Oh,
Come on, bro.
come on.
Other
What is
Mickey.
it?
The other
I.E.
Mickey.
IE.
Oh,
IE?
Yeah.
Oh,
here's a nice easy one. Chips Hyan.
I know. I was trying to leave it. I thought of it, but I was like, "There's no
What about
point."
effect?
Yeah, Chips Hyan. He's Swedish, James. If that influences how you might spell it.
Doesn't have a. Oh my god.
Chips Hyan.
Yep.
Hyan.
Hyan. Yeah. Yep. So far, so good.
Yeah, yeah. Almost there. You had it. You almost had it. You need to replace the I. That's what I'm going to say.
It's Swedish. Think about it. What's the y sound? Yeans.
Think of Jimmy.
Yummy. Yam.
Think of Jimmy.
Bro, I don't know.
The A's right. The A's right.
Think of Jimmy. Jimmy.
It's a J, James.
It's a J.
Then what? An N?
Ian.
40
Yeah.
minutes left.
Yeah.
Oh, my
Oh, we're
God,
actually so
dude.
bad. This is.
Okay.
Effect.
Effect. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Effect.
Who's the last two? I actually don't know.
Is OGE one of them? Oh.
I think he is.
For season 1, he might be. Yeah, he's added stage 4, right?
Maybe, yeah.
Can you spell OGE?
I've done it.
He has.
Oh,
He
okay.
has.
Try RCK. Try RCK just in case it is.
RCK.
No,
Alright.
it's not RCK.
Move on.
Logix.
Logic?
Yeah, Logix. Yeah, nice.
Was it with a Z?
Oh.
A Z?
An X.
Oh, I see. It's
Logix.
an X,
Think of
yeah.
Calyx. Logix.
I don't remember any of Florida season
What?
1. I've literally walked that from my
Logix.
brain.
Instead of a C, think of Calyx.
Just put an X, James.
Just put an X. Yeah.
It's difficult.
Oh wait, he's Florida.
What?
Yeah,
that's what we're going
we-
for. I don't know who that last outfield player is.
What's his name? Is it Swoosh or something or whatever?
Swoosh.
Yeah,
yeah.
Swoosh.
God.
Swoosh.
But
Yeah,
good luck spelling that. Right.
Well-
I mean, you're on the right lines. Go
You're
for
the-
it. Yeah. Then how do you finish it?
No, it's not that.
No,
Well,
it's not
but
that.
I mean, finish it normally.
It starts with a C.
Yeah, okay,
I'm just gonna give it. I'm gonna say it.
CWOOSH.
Swoosh.
Yeah, I don't know
That
why.
is not a name.
He's
That is-
Swedish
that is
too. That's
valid.
his excuse.
Yeah, it is.
They're all
Same as
Swedish.
Sweden.
Yeah.
All roads lead to
No,
Sweden.
there's Finnish people.
Tvik.
You racist.
Tvik.
And Logix is from Belgium.
This is gonna be
isn't it?
impossible.
Tav-
I just realised who else is on this roster.
Tav-
Sire
Tvik.
player.
It's not a good one.
Tavik. Tavik.
Yeah, almost.
How else can you make a
Almost.
K sound?
Put I and then think of the first letter on a keyboard.
A Q. Brilliant.
There you go.
That is
that
not
was-
Tavik.
Sire player.
Yeah. Or Sayer player, if
Or,
that helps
yeah.
you spell it.
Say a player. Yeah.
You need to pick it up now. We soon-
Say a player.
S-A-Y-A.
Player.
Player. Yeah, but you've put an ER in there. A. not
Sire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, sorry, I forgot. I'm spell retarded.
I don't know anything else.
Zappis.
Oh, yeah.
Just spell it
Yeah.
as if it was a Pokemon.
Zappis.
Oh, very close.
Very close.
Double
Two
P,
Ps.
one S.
Still, yeah, double P. Yeah.
Not piss. No.
No!
IS.
No,
What are you
no,
changing your other
I.
IS?
You had it.
What?
You had it. Put I. No! 2 P's and an I. 2 P's and an I, please.
We're on.
Go on, you can finish it. You can finish
S.
it. Zappis.
What is?
Zappis.
Just try it. Like if it's wrong, we'll tell you. Just try.
Just try it.
Do trial and
Yeah.
error.
Yeah, Zupa.
Oh yeah, Zupe. How do you spell
Zupe.
that? ZUPPEH. Lovely.
That's
Manatin.
Oh my god, Manitin.
We're not spelling Manatin.
What do you mean?
Manatin.
It's like MN, the two
Like
N's,
Manatin Toboggan.
2 N's, and then ETEN, I think.
Yeah.
E.
EA.
What?
Yeah,
T-E-N.
T-E-N.
Pen.
N.
Yeah,
Pen.
like Ben 10.
Manitin.
Okay, move on. I don't.
Yeah, we have nothing.
Houston Outlaws.
Houston. Okay,
Cool.
they're all
You-
English.
This is
Cool,
easy.
Matt.
Spree.
Cool, Matt.
Cool Matt.
Cool Matt.
Yeah.
Cool Matt.
Literally cool
Matt.
Matt.
Hey.
Spree.
Moo Moo.
Moo.
Yeah, Moo.
Yeah,
Moo,
Moo. You know Moo.
Mooma.
Muma.
Mooma. Come on.
M.A.
Muma.
Clockwork.
Clockwork.
Is it just
Is that like the orange? Yeah.
Spray.
Raucous.
Raucous, yeah.
Raucous like that?
K.
Or almost.
Yeah,
A K.
K.
Whenever it's a C, it's a K in the middle because they're crazy kids.
Spree.
Yep.
What?
Spree.
Spree.
Like a shopping spree.
Oh, I'm
Yeah,
glad you took it
yeah,
that way.
Mendo.
Oh no.
It wasn't just
Mendo.
Mendo.
No,
though,
it was
was
like
it?
men's Zukai.
Mendo Kasai or something. I don't know how you
Mendo
spell
Kasai.
that.
Skin
Type in
gourmet.
Mendo. Type in Mendo
Pass.
if it works. Ku. I don't have to spell it. He does.
Is
he
that
does.
Mendo right?
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. S-A-I. And I'll do another I.
Is it double I? Yeah.
Is that alright?
Oh my god.
Linkser. Oh, Linkser.
Oh yeah, Linkser. You know how to spell Linkser, right? He's still about. Oh, see, he knows that one. Banny. Oh my god, Banny. Hashtag
Oh my
Team
God.
Canada.
Boink.
Oh yeah,
We're
boink.
just getting words put them in now. Boink.
Boink.
Yep. Banny
Banny?
is just
Banny?
I. Yeah.
Wow.
Lovely. Should we move on? I don't.
Fact fiction.
Oh my. No, fuck fact fiction, bro. There's no way. Don't. Oh, who's London? Okay.
Profit.
Yeah, we know that one.
Profit. Third ring.
Yeah. Profit. Bird ring. Fury.
Nuss.
Yeah, Fury.
Nut.
Nuss.
Nuss.
And yeah.
Nuss.
Bedosen. Oh. Oh.
Oh.
Nice.
If it's
Gesture.
phonetic in any way, then short what?
Gesture.
Oh yeah, gesture.
Oh
hold on.
yeah. That's where he started off. Bless him.
What's the
What
last
am I
letter?
missing?
Closer.
Have-
Closer.
Is that without no?
No, just normal.
Oh,
God.
what about like Hagpen and Weehao?
I think they were in season 2. No, they weren't.
No.
I don't
Season
know.
one.
They transferred by the end of the
Hydration.
season, right? So they might appear elsewhere.
With 8 minutes left.
Yeah, we got this. We're on for 70. That's what we
Hydration.
said. Space.
No, that was LEV.
Oh shit, yeah.
It's all about that
Beautiful.
base.
You may as well do space. Do space.
But sure. For as well.
Sure for.
Sure for.
Sure for.
It's like the word sure and the number 4.
Like,
Not
sure
actually number
like
4.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like the
that's it.
deodorant.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Uh,
I
glad.
don't know. Innit?
Big Goose Chaz. Big Goose.
Yeah,
and
that.
Chaz.
Big,
But instead of O's, is zeros. I'm pretty sure.
Is it?
No, it's just O's in season 1.
Oh, in season 1? Oh, yeah, they didn't have the freaky numbers. and stuff.
Shaz.
Yeah, Shaz.
Yeah.
Schmaz.
Fissure as well. Did we get that?
Mm.
Yeah.
Fissure.
Is that
just-
like anal fisher? Yeah.
that's
is
the
that
one,
it?
yeah.
Who's the other one that starts with a B?
A V.
B.
A B.
I remix. Sorry, I just thought of him.
Yes. Yeah. That one. Yeah.
I'm spelling that.
IREM
Double IX.
double IX,
Oh,
yeah.
okay.
Silk Fred, that's one.
Yeah.
Big Apex player, isn't he now?
Asher.
Asher.
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
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 That's one from the memory banks.
Who's the
Jeez.
off tank?
Is it Bishu?
Bishu. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That one.
That was it.
Big old caffeine addict himself.
There's an C before the H, James, but everyone else is good.
Wow.
I'll
Was
probably go with
Sinatra
all.
No one's going to
playing
understand that
one?
caffeine addict joke, but it's fine. If anything, he'd be the only person to
Oh,
understand it and just be offended.
I get it.
Okay.
All right, we'll move on to Valiant.
Valiant.
Oh, bro.
Oh, yeah.
abilities, nice.
Fate.
Let's get Jack in. He'll
Yeah.
know.
Yeah,
Actually,
Fate.
Alex, you should know. You were.
I know,
Valiant
I
fan.
know.
Come on.
Fate.
Yeah.
Envy.
Envy. They had Grim Reality as
Oh
well.
my god, grim reality.
Soon.
Soon. Correct.
Soon.
Unco.
Oh, Uncle was the Dallas one that we're missing.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, you had it.
Yeah.
Keep
Yeah.
going.
Yeah.
No. One end.
Unco what?
E.
O-E.
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 O-E?
Well
Yeah.
done. Well done.
Verbo.
Verbo.
Oh,
Verbo.
Yeah.
Verbo.
Yeah. Numlocked. I'm pretty sure.
Beautiful.
Space.
Yeah, we are. The space is right there, isn't it?
Oh, is he? Yeah.
Finzi.
Who was the other tank? There was another tank.
Finzi.
Fin Z.
Yeah.
Fin.
NN. Think about it. SI. Run.
Fin S.
Right.
Of course, SI. Yeah,
Of course, SI. Of course.
Oh.
Envy.
Envy's already there, man.
Oh.
He's already there.
Bonnie.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, so it is.
Oni.
Sorry, it's kind of
Bunny.
hard to see.
Bunny. Bunny.
Bunny. Oh yeah, bunny.
Like a rabbit.
Oh, bunny.
Put down the bunny.
It's harder to hear what people are saying than to think about.
Didn't they have another?
Hydration? Do you
I
know?
have no idea who else is there.
I think
That
No,
was
I
bad.
don't think I.
Oh, it's Gladiators.
I
Their
genuinely-
crib?
No.
Yeah.
Season what?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Oh my god. Okay.
yeah. Because I remember Jack just
Okay.
absolutely losing his nut on Kariv.
Yeah.
Kariv.
Almost with an A.
Oh, you're close. You're close. Yeah.
With an A. The exact same spelling with an A. In the place you think it would be.
What? What?
An A in what you just typed,
Riv.
but with an A in it.
Yeah.
Kariv.
Yeah.
Bingo.
Wow.
Do we
That
do
was
New York?
exactly what
I don't know who else is on Valiant.
Yeah.
SBB.
Yeah, but you can't just
Costa.
write
Costa got
SBB.
benched.
I don't know.
Costa got benched for Kuki in Goats, I remember. Kuki.
FBB worked.
Two Ks. Kuki.
Mano.
Yeah, Mano. That's
Is it
easy.
2 Ks at the start? Or
Wait for Custa.
KUKI.
Oh, Kooky, sorry.
Yeah. Oh, Soul.
Soul.
Oh.
Sure. Mano.
Yeah.
Man and then an O.
Mano. Yeah.
Like, you know, like Jack Manning.
Meko. Meko.
Yeah, Meko. Pine.
Pine. Yeah, can't
Pine.
forget Big Boss.
Arc.
Libro. Lib. And then...
Nene.
Libero.
Nene's still there.
No, then it was
No.
on season one.
This is deliberate.
Yeah, nice.
Anamo.
Anima. Yeah,
And then-
almost.
Anamo.
Anna.
They had two
They had
tanks in
Anna.
season one. Who was the other tank?
Janus.
Janice. Or Yanis. I guess it
Janus.
probably is,
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay,
shit.
Philly. Jimmy, go. Jimmy, go.
Jimmy,
Alright. Neptuno. Neptuno. Like Neptune. Oh.
Yeah.
sorry,
Yeah.
my bad.
Boombox.
Whew.
EQO. Carpe. Poco.
Oh, these guys are good. They've got
Fraggy.
good names. Fraggy.
Oh.
Almost.
Fraggy.
Take one G.
Just one G.
And then
Fraggy.
ice.
Fraggy
Yeah, nice.
Ice.
Joe Meister.
Oh, the
Is that
Druid
Joe,
Sandstorm
like-
to think that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Is it Meister like that?
It's Meister EI.
Wow.
Nice.
Dayfly.
Dayfly. Oh.
Sado.
Hopper.
Hopper.
You just did
Hopper.
it. You just did
No,
it.
that-
yeah.
Oh, yeah. I didn't see it.
Lickety
Shadowburn.
Oh yeah, Shadowburn.
Snillo.
That was it, I think.
That's it. Yeah, I think. Yeah.
Oh my
That's it.
God.
Incredible
Shock,
The
work.
shock.
Mushroom King.
Know me.
Super.
Oh my god, no me.
Know me.
Yeah.
Super.
MY.
MY?
Yeah. Super.
Super.
Sinatra.
With two A's.
I know how to spell Sinatra.
Maybe.
I'll tell you.
Nevix.
Dante as well.
Nem-
Never.
Nevix.
Nevix.
Nevix. Okay.
IDDQD. There's one.
Am I spelling Dante Goldshade?
Yeah.
Dante.
EH.
EH.
That's how you spelling IDDQD.
Sleepy.
IDDQD, yeah. Sleepy.
Sleepy's another one as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow.
Sleepy.
Sleepy.
Baby Bay.
Off. Oh, yeah. Baby Bay.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I don't remember how to spell
Baby.
Yes, you
Oh,
do.
your boy
Baby.
Baby
I don't
Bay.
know how to spell it.
Baby
Baby.
Bay.
It's
Baby
full-
Bay. Like baby and a day.
It's
Baby
6
Bay.
a.m. James just got finished typing.
Baby Bay.
Baby and a bay.
Oh, Bay in what
B-A-Y.
way?
Like,
As in, like, the
Bay.
Baywatch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Baby. Right.
Wow.
Moth.
Moth.
As in, fly around your room with wings.
Duck.
Lamb.
Duck.
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 The hack. Yeah.
The hack.
Nearly.
What?
Okay.
No C.
No C.
Why would it have a C?
Did you get sleepy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Soul Dynasty.
Yeah.
Let's just
bin-
move on.
bin
We
them.
have
Soul.
30 seconds.
Soul.
Go on, Zach.
Ryu Jae-hong.
Oh.
Good luck.
Do flatter first. Do flatter first. Do flatter first. 1 T. Yeah. What team? Miro.
Zumba.
Guido
N.
as well.
What?
NBA.
Zumba.
Yeah,
Oh my
Guido. Gido.
Yeah. Toby with an I.
Yeah.
All right, 6 seconds. Someone think of something else.
Gambler.
Gambler. Yeah, gambler.
There you go.
101.
You know what?
So who do we miss then?
I mean,
I told you fact
we
fiction.
kind of cheated by leaving Shanghai last as well, didn't we?
Yeah. To be fair, I would have probably named.
No,
I
I
I
knew
would have been
fact
able to get a
fiction was
few.
there, but it's only the consonants, isn't it? And
I'm happy we got all of Boston, to be honest.
Oh my god,
Yeah.
we missed out Troyobin. That's embarrassing.
And Architect as well.
Oh my god.
yeah,
They
I
were
was gonna say- I was
added
gonna
later
say
though. They were both
Treobin.
added
I
later.
thought Treobin was added season 1, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah. Like halfway
Did
through.
pretty good.
Learn everything he could from Nevix, according to Johnny, didn't he? So who knows?
Yeah.
That was.
I think if we had
Oh.
like 3 more minutes, we could have done that.
Yeah, you know what? I think we did pretty well.
We missed Void on Gladiators
Oh yeah, I was about to say yeah.
Void, yeah.
and Arham.
Oh yeah, the Korean.
Oh, who cares
yeah.
about Arhan?
Well, give yourself a clap.
What's Arhan on
Give
these
yourself
days?
a pat on the back. Pat on the back. A pat on the back.
Nice guys.
Right, okay. I'm gonna. Well, that was great. Thanks, James.
That was beautiful, James.
Thanks,
yeah.
James. Thanks, special guest, James.
Yeah,
My
You're a hero.
that was. Oh.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh,
The stream's closed.
Right, we're going to reviewing our last season's rankings then. So I mean,
I've been dreading this moment.
now would be a
It's
good
not
time for everybody to grab the alcohol and just so we could get rid of this memory as quickly as
Are
possible.
we getting the hard alcohol?
There's other types. Okay.
I just want to say first off, I knew that Vancouver were going to be really bad.
Going to deteriorate, did you?
Yeah, I just knew it.
You're an oracle. You should have shared this knowledge with the rest of us.
Well, I didn't want to spoil it for the rest of you.
Oh, fair enough. Well, that's
Yeah, the
nice. of you,
spoilers.
actually.
I'm really considerate.
Okay, right. Okay, I've got the. Oh wait, I need to share my screen with you guys, really, don't I?
Yeah.
As well. Right. Yeah. Let's
Yeah,
start with
me
that
too.
then. How does one share screen, James Dyson? You know what? I'm all over it.
Bottom left on Discord.
Yeah, I'm all on it, mate.
And then
I'm all on
you
it.
can choose which.
Yep.
Whoa.
Right. Hopefully that's clear enough for everybody.
I'm looking.
Should
Yeah.
show the children at home.
oh, this is beautiful.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Right.
my god, it's so bad.
And for everyone at home, it's up there. Now everyone else.
Well, at
can
least
see.
we got the team, the first team right.
NYXL. Oh no.
All
Are we
the
going to
teams
review
are
our
up, don't
personal, or
worry.
are we going to review the group one? Is
Well, we'll do both.
Okay.
I mean,
Right. Let's have a look at any major outlet. Obviously, LA
Standouts.
Valiants. Just sort of.
well, yeah, they exceeded everybody other than Custer's expectations,
Mm.
but it's okay
Mayhem.
because even Custer's not going to
Journal.
be saying anything this year.
Mm.
So they've got the.
I reckon the Paris one still probably wouldn't have been as bad if it wasn't for COVID.
Yeah.
I think because
True.
that delayed Sparkle. That meant that Sparkle could come in for more games and.
Yeah, they also had a bad schedule, right? Like
Mm.
in terms of flying. But then who knows? And that's why everyone had Washington higher up as well, because they had a good schedule.
And
with
they
flying
got
and
Decay,
shit.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, we were wrong about Florida pretty. I mean, oh wait,
Pretty
where did I
harshly,
put Florida? Why did a bunch of us put Florida? So, Gorsham
You put Florida above
State.
Dallas.
Oh,
I
yeah.
put it. I put it. Yeah.
Yeah, so we were pretty wrong with Florida.
14.
We weren't great. Okay, so let's go to then our group rankings and the
Where did we
versus
put Florida?
where they actually came out.
Oh,
I don't know how I've deleted SF Shock there, but
nice.
wait, what?
No,
Why have I got it
Shock came
twice?
second.
Oh, they did. That's right. Okay,
Yeah,
I've
Philly came first.
I've not
do we
lined it
have
up
first?
perfectly then because I'm an idiot. Oh, hold up. Let's see if I can do. Yoink. There we go.
Oh my
What's
goodness.
going on in the Discord?
We
You're
missed a
missing a
team.
team.
You are? Oh,
We're
wait,
missing a
no,
team.
I deleted one. Okay, well we'll figure that out. Whatever.
It's Shanghai. Is it Shanghai?
Shanghai came top. I knew they did.
Yeah.
Okay. I knew that. I thought I'd got it out right. Right, let me just lob that back in then. I don't know how I've deleted Shanghai, but whatever. Right. Okay. So that's gonna. Right. Well, that's gonna have to be like that.
Scoffed. So
I
scoffed.
think you thought Atlanta was going to do something.
Everyone thought
Yeah.
Atlanta was going to do something, didn't they?
And then they
did.
decided to not play Erster and Edison.
Yeah, they decided that they knew better and that their DPS line of Baby Bay and who was it they played? Baby Bay and Edison, yeah.
And then Sharp came in, aka the best.
Yeah, that's right.
Best Reaper in the world.
But yeah.
Just-
And
We had
NY
Boston
XL
last.
kind of just shat the bed compared to what we expected.
At least we got one of them right.
Yeah, we got Boston right.
Did we get Boston bang on? Is that the only one?
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
What else were we close with? Toronto we got right.
Oh yeah.
Look at us go.
And we had Houston one spot.
Yeah, Houston
Below.
and Dallas we were one off.
And Gladiators we were one off.
And Gladiator. There you go. Look, this is like
Seems
half
bold,
the field.
The only really bad one is the Vancouver one because
Yeah.
I think everyone's
Yeah.
power rankings were that, and probably Atlanta as well.
What if
And
I
then
do...
Mike, so
Hold on, what? So what if I do this then? Let me center this. real
actually,
quick.
I'm not supposed to bad.
What? Okay, everyone that exceeded our expectations is going to get a green.
Okay,
So, Shanghai
green.
green. Oh, what's the quickest way of doing this? Actually, oh yeah, let's go green. Oh, that's not
The
what
one
I
on the
want
right, I
at
think.
all.
The one to the right, wasn't it?
Yeah,
that
thank
one.
you,
Yeah,
thank
that's
you.
the one.
I should know this. I have to use this at work all the time.
Philly became higher.
Philly
Yeah.
way higher. Yeah, fair enough.
So does this mean shocker bad?
See,
Shocker
there was
bad.
me vouching for Philly.
I mean, shock
Yeah.
won overall. We should obviously point out for those
Yeah.
that somehow just didn't watch
Missed
the
that.
final. But I think that it's fair to say they just ran into like a perfect meta right at the end, right? Like there's a lot of metas where Shanghai beat them, a few where Paris and Philly beat them even. Like, you know,
I
if
don't
that
think they deserve a red.
Yep.
They still came top 3. Give
Yeah,
them
but
a
they're-
blue brown.
give them an orange,
Look at yeah.
Orange.
an orange. We'll give it yellow if we got it perfectly right.
We give them an orange for the San Francisco shot because they
Nice.
get their own little. Yeah.
I mean, Paris just they
Yeah,
obviously
do a dark green. So because they mega boomed.
they all
'Cause-
can I? Oh my god!
Oh,
No,
what
you know
have
what?
you
I've
done?
tried,
Oh, no,
I've
what
tried
have
too
you done?
hard. I've tried to be.
Oh,
Oh no!
Wait, what have you done?
Roll
It's
that
okay.
down, there you go.
Fixed. I tried too hard. This is what you get. for
Guangzhou
trying.
higher
Way better, yeah.
by 3.
Florida.
Same
was
with
way
Florida.
better.
And NYXL red,
They pooed themselves. Yeah.
Valiant green.
Oh yeah. We don't want to talk. about
Unfortunately,
it. Yeah. Gladiators only just better.
Gladiators.
They did. Look, we were close with that,
Spark.
and we were close with Spark
Oh.
too. Like,
Oh,
we just had Spark
yeah.
and Gladiators. You know what? They're gonna get oranges.
I
Or
remember that we
yellows.
had a deep conversation about that as well.
I'm
Who
saying
were
we
gonna
got. Yeah, I'm
above.
saying we got those.
Yeah,
And especially if we ranked them in NA and APAC separately, they'd have been perfect. Okay, then what happened?
So
Seoul did. Again, did they
bit
do
worse.
well? Yeah, they did worse than.
Yeah,
They did better than we thought in terms of overall, but they also shot
Yeah.
better in most of the games.
They
they had
really
that
did,
crazy
yeah.
playoff run.
Against
That's about
Exciting,
it.
at least.
Yeah,
Yeah, do you want to
Great
do
friends.
Atlanta as like black or something?
Just to
there we
erase
go.
them from
We just
history.
Pretend.
Oh no.
That's fair. Dallas is. We'll say yellow because they're one out, and
Yeah.
it's it's all the same. Why did we have
Why do
Chengdu?
we have-
Chengdu did
we
worse.
had
We
a,
put Chengdu a bit higher.
Yeah, but I mean that could have gone anyway. That just depends if they look into enough metas where
Toronto, we got
they're
exact.
doing crazy stuff.
Blue?
Is... Oh, let's put yellow for like we got
Okay.
close enough.
Okay.
Yeah.
we got
Houston,
Toronto.
yeah, yellow again.
Yeah.
Because we're one off.
Yep. Sure.
Not the Spitfire.
Spitfire.
All right, Dan.
There we go.
We
They-
put them quite a bit higher.
High, didn't we?
We
Yeah.
had faith in Glister.
We thought they would do things, and they decided not to.
Just to raise them out the edge. Yeah.
Oh,
you.
they actually
I think-
deserve the black. Atlanta doesn't. I mean,
Maybe a grey for
yeah,
Atlanta.
I mean, yeah, fair enough then. Hold up, where am I?
Just how disappointing they were.
They weren't great. Yeah, Washington. I mean, that's a
That's
a red, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
But
That's a red,
considering, like, yeah,
They're going to be better next year. They have a
yeah, but where they
team.
ended up in the year as well. Like, if they'd started how they were at the end, they'd obviously done way
What
better.
with Decay on a loophole in the.
Yeah, but I mean, I'm not counting that. To be fair as well, if Decay had been... If we knew Decay was going to just not play for Dallas, we might have put Dallas lower.
Yeah.
Mm.
But actually, we were right where we ended up, so That
We
means
would've moved
we,
them one
we
down and we would've
underrated the
voted
rest
back
of the Dallas players, is what that means.
Yeah.
Although,
Boston
was Doa on
killed
the...
for every game.
Was Doa signed at the start of the season?
Yeah.
He was. Okay. And Boston, we nailed. So that gives us
Yeah.
maybe... Oh, I've changed the wrong
Whoa.
thing again, like an idiot. That gives us maybe an idea for where we might want to move things.
Yellow.
No.
Although actually, a bunch of these teams
Whoa.
have changed and they're different teams,
Beautiful.
aren't they? So
TOS.
okay, right. Moving on then to the one that everyone's excited about. This is where we're at
Oh!
at the moment. This thing in the bottom will go away in a second,
Oh my god, it's perfect.
isn't it?
Oh, Zenk, I like your top 3.
Thanks, man. I like yours as well.
I haven't really looked at them much.
Gulshan!
I try not to. What's Gulshan done?
Joking. I just wanted to say Gushan. Let's go.
Okay, so where should we start? Bottom up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or starting APAC first.
Yeah, well, let's do. Oh yeah, okay. Let's do APAC first then, because I feel like APAC's a slightly easier
It's
conversation.
more.
Okay, we all said Valiant are probably just going to be shit. Oh, am I right in saying that we've all put that because we assume...
We don't know the team.
We don't know. Yeah, we don't. Yeah.
Okay.
All we know is rumours of who they might sign.
But
We don't
then,
know.
so I've not only put them at the bottom because we don't know the team, I've put them there because we don't know the team, and I'm just going to guess that whoever they pick up can't be that good anymore because it's just too late.
Possibly.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a Vancouver this year. Like,
That's what I'm
this
expecting, right?
season, yeah,
Just Chinese
season got.
Vancouver.
Yeah.
Gulshan?
Mm-hmm.
Hangzhou Spark, second from bottom.
Yeah, I saw that as well. I was gonna.
I'm sorry. They've got such a stacked team.
It's pretty good.
Actually, no. I'm with Gushan.
I can see them crumbling.
You can see them crumbling, he says.
What
Hold
team?
on, let me get...
Come on, pull up.
Right.
I'm
Look,
sorry. A team of Gushui Bernard,
It's pretty stacked.
Architect Godsby, also Minsu. And then Mika was doing bits, and Coldest
don't
is meant
rate-
to be nuts.
I don't rate Sominsu, to be fair. I think he's
I do.
overrated.
They're gonna crumble. They're gonna crumble.
No, Gushan. You can't just say they're gonna crumble.
Nah, they're gonna do bits, and then
Yeah.
they'll have a decline, and then they can't
I
get
mean,
back up from that decline.
Why,
That's
Gushan,
not
why
it.
did you? Is that the reason you put them at that place? Because you think they're gonna
It
decline?
was either that or Chengdu, and I was thinking I'm gonna give my boys Chengdu a chance. So
Have they changed coach instructor from last year?
I don't think so.
Because
I think everything's the same.
They could have joined it.
of... Wait, where's... This
Or,
is
yeah,
coach, isn't it?
no. Go former.
Oh.
They've got a new assistant coach.
Yeah.
Head
They got a new head coach.
Yeah, the head
So-
coach got promoted, didn't they?
Right. So they've got kind of a new coaching staff. Because
Yeah.
I feel like coaching is what's always let them down in the past, isn't it? Like they've always had the pieces to do things, and then
Let's look where everyone rated themselves.
what last year?
I think
I suppose
you
it
mean
just depends
now.
on how well the
So this is where we're at now.
Chinese and the Koreans can mix together,
Yeah, there's
which
that.
is always a Hangzhou problem.
Jimmy has them at third.
Jimmy's got
Gulshan
the
has them
highest.
at
second.
seventh. Sam has them at fourth. I
Well, you have them one above me, I think so.
Yeah, I have a different reason.
What's your reason?
I think right. It's good. Does anyone remember season 2 Seoul?
I've tried
Right.
not to, but go on.
They had the 6-man. They had 2 6-man rosters basically. I think they have pretty much the same thing on Hangzhou, and which shows me that they're kind of like going to be playing those 2 rosters, possibly all Korean, possibly all Chinese, and then maybe next season mixing the best bits almost and making
do
this
you-
hybrid of the.
But they've had Gushui integrated for years.
Yeah, I know, but all these pieces they've picked up. They're all-
What even is there other options for? Like, is there even a conversation that they're taking Gushui out of the team?
No, Gushui's the
He's set,
main
right?
starter,
Yeah.
but almost like build around.
I mean, they had
have-
Coldest all of last year, but barely played him, right? So I am worried about that.
Yeah. They can almost, yeah.
Mika
don't-
played well for Chengdu. To be fair,
Yeah,
I was quite impressed with him.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about half the contenders players really to.
Yeah, I don't know anything about
MCD's
Lee
from
or Shy.
yeah. I think Shy played in a World Cup.
Yeah, he played in, like the 2017 World Cup.
He
didn't
did, yeah.
But,
MCD's
like,
been rumoured a lot to go to OWL, so it's good that he's getting his chance.
Was he?
He was element
Was
mystic.
Yeah.
Yeah, long enough
Good
ago.
unique.
Okay, I mean, Yeah, I mean, Bernard
I
is
think
obviously.
they've got no. They do have another option at main tank. They have Takayaki, who's if you scroll down, inactive.
He's inactive
on the
right
range.
now.
Yeah.
Okay, again, I know nothing about.
Yeah, Takayaki played for EM as well back in the day.
Okay.
He was pretty nuts.
I'll take your word for it. I mean, what's the difference then? Because like, when do you sub out Gushui? Is you sub out Gushui in like Ryan
Maybe-
metas? Or...
No, I feel like almost like how Seoul did it. You can sub as many players as you want, so they can have almost full Chinese and then switch to a full Korean whenever they want.
I guess. But then also like subs like that become readable, right? Like you know exactly
The reason I
what
put them,
people are
yeah,
doing.
the reason I put them so low is because I feel like this is going to be like a tester year for them, almost like testing out.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
and they're not going to be, perhaps they're not going to be playing completely at their full power all the time. They're going to be testing the two rosters or they could just integrate parts of each roster into each other to try and create the most powerful roster they can. But I feel like it's going to take time, and that's the reason I have them so low.
I mean,
Not-
looking at it, really, the
much.
reason the reason I've got them where they are is that every team I've put below them, I think, has a higher chance of
Shit in the bed.
Yeah.
just shit in the rug. And I just, like Valiant, obviously, we all know why they're there. And then for mine, I've got New York there because I just don't have any faith in like New York to put together a brand new team and it do well in its first year. I think this is like a good move for New York overall, but I don't see why this would be the year they do drastically better. Chengdu have just, I mean, they've improved from last year probably, but like everyone around them has improved. So I think they'll do better and they might exceed expectations, but they're still Chengdu.
That's the thing with these power rankings. I feel like they're getting harder every single year because each of the teams are improving such drastically.
Yeah, it's always comparing. It's like who is upgraded the most, and that's what you're always comparing. And then Seoul, I'm not impressed by at all. Like in terms of
It's the same team, but I mean, I'd rather have
but 2U and
Toby
SBB
over Animo.
and Animo.
Yeah.
I think that's a side grade at best.
Yeah, I feel like it's just maybe just holding the position for maybe a rookie to come up and
if Sabiolby can bring some leadership to the team, but they have Gesture and Profit who just call the shots anyway.
But that's the thing though. Doesn't that mean they're playing Gesture all the time still? Which is I think last year was clearly a problem.
in the recent tournaments they were kind of splitting the playtime.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, we do have that to go on.
That's why I've ranked them like so high up.
To be honest, I'd like Sabiolby coming into the leadership role here.
But put them Gulshan.
I would have preferred maybe if we picked up Libero instead. I feel like Libero for Sabiolby would have been kind of nasty.
Zenk's put him second. Oh, okay.
Well, he's clearly biased.
Bias, yeah. I'm gonna admit, bias. If you're not putting your team high, Mister fucking Dallas over here, new roster every year.
I'll convince you. Look, Gulshan's put it there. Gulshan knows.
I understand. It's
you.
Go back to it.
I get it.
Go back to it.
I get it.
We'll get there.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. I think Hangzhou is going to be consistent enough to do better than a lot of the other teams.
They've got some of the highest sum of their parts, but whether it's their team can perform.
Well, that's the other thing though. Like, I don't think they have holes like a lot of the other teams do.
Yeah, I agree.
Like Soul's off tank.
Yeah, to you.
Or main tank. Main tank still. What are Marvel and Gesture doing this year? Who the fuck knows?
Yeah.
They just make it up.
God knows. It's all up in the air, really. The reason I feel like it's getting harder every year to order these teams because there's so many variables that you're just not going to be able to know.
Okay, so is there anything else?
Talk to me about Guangzhou then, Sam.
Oh, I mean,
I didn't.
Yeah, I saw.
Okay, right. Look, okay, so
because we've gone for opposite ends of the spectrum there.
Yeah,
we have. So what? I've got them at second. Which is
second to last.
You've gone second to last. Gulshan's gone more or less the same. And Alex has got them right in the middle. Mm-hmm. Okay. Right, no, I don't want Seoul.
Because we had a brief discussion about this earlier.
Yeah.
Where Kareev is such a downgrade on Shu.
Okay, right.
No disrespect on Kareev, but Shu's just that nutty.
So, Shu is... obviously, so Kriv is a downgrade to Shu. Fine,
Possibly.
possibly. I think is Anna is possibly better.
Yeah, it's saying that. No, actually, Shu's main hero is Anna, so they could be on par. But the problem is,
but Shu's Zenyatta was pretty
I
nutty,
picked
and
Shu as a
Kriev's isn't.
Yeah, Kriv is. I feel like Kriv. He was been playing on Valiant and Toronto, two teams that have disappointed completely in their years, and now he's been put on a full Korean roster with some decent players, some good young players coming up from contenders. It could be really good for his career, is what I'm trying to say. It could boost him that extra level.
The only moments of Toronto I remember from the whole of last year were Logix and Kriv.
Yeah,
that was it. And I think if you're able to be a notable player as a support, because it's like everyone can do it on Widow, that's not that nuts. If you can do it as support, I think that says a lot. But anyway, Shu's the
same on Valiant.
The main loss.
Same on Valiant. Kriv was probably the best player on Valiant as well, back in season 1 and 2.
And then they've got all these new DPS. They've got the DPS options because they've lost Happy as well. We can't forget that one.
And Nero.
Yeah.
And Nero, but then Nero wasn't really playing last year, so I'm not.
He played in the first half.
He did. But
I'm a big fan of the DPS lineup. I won't lie. I've been watching a lot of contenders footage of.
Yeah, I think the DPS lineup is possibly is way stronger than people think right now.
Yeah, Kaylee's aiming is incredible, and Choice One, he's incredible. He's basically a Genji player. And you know how I feel about Genji players.
You feel a special kind of way about Genji players, and then they've got Jihoon too.
He's the ball Ryan sort of player.
Ball
because
specialist.
That's one of the things about Guangzhou I kind of didn't like for the past couple of seasons because they've stuck with Rio. And Rio, where he's been consistent and decent, I feel like if he had competition at the main tank role, that would boost him.
It can't I mean, I'm also basing this off of Guangzhou has always done better than the sum of its parts, I feel like. And that's got to be coaching, and then also just whatever teamwork they've already got. They've got a lot of the foundation of that team there. I mean, it's hard to tell who
they still have Krong. They still have Krong.
They still have
Krong Eileen in the MVP run-ins last year.
Yeah, I don't know. And I'm basing this a lot of it off the recent tournament where they outperformed. Definitely where I think they should have been compared to.
Yeah.
Well, they've been compared to Seoul, Shanghai, and Dallas, and did they win?
They won when Genji was met, they won the Asian Cup.
Yeah, that's true.
APAC Cup.
I think they're going to have high moments. I don't know whether they'll be consistent the whole year, so I maybe been a bit rash, but
yeah,
I'm okay putting them there. But I'd be happy to drop them like 1. But then also,
I think Guangzhou are always underrated every season, and they always exceed their expectations.
And you guys have just lobbed Philly up there when they don't even have a complete roster, which is just crazy to me.
Where have you put Philly?
I put them 1 lower, but I'd be happy switching them out with Hangzhou equally, to be fair. Again, it's just like who do I think will fall the hardest, or just completely look...
I think Philly's a great mistake. I don't know what happened with the whole Fury situation, how he ended up leaving Philly, but if they somehow managed to keep hold of Fury and had Mano Fury as their tank lineup, that would have been something to behold, because Mano one of the most consistent main tanks and Fury possibly the most consistent off tank.
I just forgot the alphabet. I mean, the other thing I've been wondering is we're all just assuming that because Sado worked well with Poco for so long,
Mano's just gonna
they're communicating in English in Philly, right?
Yeah.
So what? They're just gonna make Mano speak English, and we're all just assuming that that's gonna go brilliantly. Whilst they're also assumedly teaching him to be an aggressive main tank, a style he's never played before.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I
like Shockwave, but
yeah,
I don't think he's the difference maker that makes up for the rest of it.
Who did they replace? Shockwave they replaced with
Ivy.
He's Ivy, yeah.
They also lost their head coach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they
to Toronto.
Yeah, but they picked up 9K.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, that's true. Fair enough. I'm just. We know they've got an announcement coming, which has got to be a DPS, right? Like anything else.
It's either a DPS or I think maybe if they signed an off tank, it wouldn't be.
Yeah, I was thinking off.
or a Korean off tank.
Korean off tank.
But it's
so
so
maybe
weird
if,
to just
if it doesn't synergize.
Jjonak.
Well. Yeah, Jjonak or
I
Mecca.
said that to Alex the other day. Actually, can you imagine if they just Janu just rises out the depths again?
Yeah.
People had forgotten.
I think
about
Mecca
him.
is more likely, to be honest. Could you imagine Mano Mecca reunited at Philly?
Mecca's
Mecca's
stock
he's
is in a
consistent.
weird place though, isn't it? Though, because like over the
Yeah.
season last season, everyone thinks
I mean,
he's
he
still
was on
probably
Houston,
really good,
so.
but then he looked bad on Houston. But is that his fault?
Yeah.
And the
It's
fact
hard
that-
to carry a team on off tank though, isn't it?
especially last
You
year.
can't just- yeah.
But I mean, yeah, I don't know. I mean, assumably, if he didn't get picked up by anyone at the moment, you've got to assume that he's still asking for too much.
Yeah.
Because, which maybe he's right. But if you're not on a team, what does it matter?
Mhm.
Okay, and Shanghai. I'm not going to talk too much about Shanghai because we've just all put Shanghai
Yeah.
at number one for APAC. Because
I mean, they've just
Shanghai,
improved on last season.
yeah,
they had a great roster last season. They've this upgraded. If they play Erster and like actually develop him, which is something Atlanta failed to do, he could have been again MVP. Everyone expected to be MVP last year.
I mean,
So-
the only thing that is like possibly the downgrade is what do they lose by losing
Face.
Fearless? Yeah, and gaining
Yeah.
Fate.
I think
It's whether they can bring out because
Fearless is definitely more aggressive.
Technically,
Fate
they lost
was-
Stand 1 as well, but
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think
we'll
we need
talk
to
about
spend-
him later on, I'm sure.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
I
did
feel
play
like-
Stand 1 and look good with him occasionally, but
Yeah, definitely. But I feel like Fearless and Stam One were last year when they were picked up.
Oh, and
everyone-
they got Molly.
Yeah.
How about
Yeah, everyone was just question marks over Stam
that?
One
Honestly,
and
what a team.
being on this team because everyone was like, this team's solid except for the main tank is kind of a question mark. But then Fearless makes this breakout season where he's one of the best players on Shanghai. He carrying them with his monkey, and then they
Oh.
drop him.
I think when we did it, it was just stand one, wasn't it? When
was
we
it?
first.
Yeah, it might have been.
Yeah,
I mean, the thing is like the times where Shanghai looked the worst last year was when they had main tank problems.
definitely.
Their entire aggression came from Fearless playing Monkey the way he did. Like there were metas that went by where no one was playing Monkey and Shanghai just did it and won anyway. And I don't know if Fate necessarily is going to bring that, but we'll find out. Hello.
Hello.
We're still here, don't worry.
That's right. I
I
was
thought it was a natural plateau.
a natural law. Sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just realised that I'm doing all sorts of things wrong. Let's do that. I realised I'm still sharing my screen, which probably isn't helping my internet. I wasn't sure if I just dropped out.
Oh.
So I've ended that. It's fine. It's fine. Okay, I'm gonna leave the teams up on screen, and you guys talk about where you feel everything is for NA, and I'm gonna butt out for 5 seconds, which has nothing to do with me definitely drinking more or less free drinks in the past 20 minutes. That's not what's happened. It's unrelated. I don't know. Oh, you can't see them anymore, though, can you?
We
Oh,
can't
shit.
No.
Yeah.
Oh, this is scuffed.
Yeah,
Hold up.
Oh, Jimmy, I like your logo thing. It's really cute.
Oh, my Gary dose.
Yeah, you Gary does.
Thank you.
Sorry about that.
Can everyone see? We good?
Yeah.
There you go. Right, I'll be
Yeah,
right
there we
back.
go.
Loading.
But
Bye-bye.
Bye, James.
Hey.
Thanks for being a special guest.
I'm not going. How dare you? I just unlocked a Animal Crossing character on Smash. Hell's here.
Oh, nice.
Isabel. Wow.
Hold on a minute. Me and Sam have the exact same rankings up until Toronto.
Oh, have you seen my rankings, Jimmy? They're really
No,
good. Oh,
I
well,
imagine that's a
you
treat that we'll see
yeah.
afterwards.
He's better not neglect to show it because mine are incredible. They're really good.
But you've made
APAC
rankings.
is basically the same as everyone's, but my NA is saucy.
The stream working.
I'll just be back in 2 seconds.
Okay.
Okay. Where's Sam?
It takes a while to load in, Gully. I don't know why, but
It's taking an awful long time.
Sam's got that,
Oh dear, it's just raising, so it's
Apparent
just dropped.
internet skills.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
How do I stop watching? Stop watching.
Sam?
Going for a wee, Annie? Going for a toilet?
Yeah.
All these noises.
So it's loading, but nothing's actually showing.
What, you can't see Sam's screen?
Have you all just been here talking about how you can't see my screen the whole time? Because that's
Yeah.
great content.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, Jimmy's gone to the toilet as well.
Oh,
There we
wow.
What something we noticed is that
Well, that's wrong.
Sam, you have the same. From Atlanta all the way down, you have exactly the same. Sam.
No, Toronto down.
Who do?
Oh yeah, you
Here
two.
go, I'm starting it again.
Sam, you and Jimmy.
See
Yeah.
if you can see it now. Cool, Shan.
Stream. Yes,
Me
I
and Jimmy
can.
do we?
Nice.
I mean, yeah, great minds, I guess. You all got it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. Right,
Make it
okay.
full screen.
Hold on then. Let me have a
Stop it.
And we're back.
look. See, we'll obviously do our own rankings shortly, but right.
I've ranked Boston way lower compared to all of you guys.
So we were just talking about Shanghai, right?
What? I mean, I think
We're done with Shanghai,
yeah.
And-
Shanghai are going to win.
possibly. And that's
That
it.
could happen. Yeah. I mean, my summarising thoughts for Shanghai is like they've upgraded slightly. There's a massive question mark over the tanks, but the field has closed the gap a little bit.
Yeah.
The problem is I can't pick any one team in APAC, and I'm like, yeah, that's the team
Yeah,
that will take
definitely.
down Shanghai this year because there isn't one.
It's difficult. What do you guys think about New York and Chengdu?
I think New York.
Places.
New York have got some. They've got some experience.
Yeah.
Jjonak, Ivy, Bianca to some extent.
Well,
don't-
They're not enough to. They're probably enough to beat Valiant, but probably not enough to do.
Yeah, that's the other thing, right? You got to compare them to the people they can play against.
Mhm.
I don't know the alphabet today. Apparently,
Down.
Hold on, down,
Hold on.
down, up.
there we
Oh.
go.
and, yeah.
I got it. I mean, yeah, there's nothing about that team I'm excited about.
To be honest, everything except for Friday, I'm kind of like okay with. Friday is kind of really unproven, and he didn't do great. If you look at his contenders results, he hasn't been doing great. So it's kind of a question mark pickup for me, unless he's popped off in scrims. Is the only thing I can think of.
Oh, I can't wait to see Guangbong.
Guang Boong.
Yeah.
You huge
All
Guang
of the-
Boong. Tell us a bit about Guang Boon's colourful past, Jimmy. Go on, just enlighten us.
No, I just like his name.
Right, yeah, that's what I thought it might
Team
be.
cap player.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
If that means anything to anybody there.
Yeah. I'm quite excited for the free rookie DPS. Well, not rookie.
Yeah, sure. Like the returning.
Oh, no, yeah, the free rookie DPS, yeah. Feather, Ivy, and Guangboom. Bianca, unproven last year. Kind of played a bit, but he played for a split time with Hotbar. Maybe he can be great if he...
Has Hopper gone anywhere?
I was just
No,
gonna ask
he's
that.
not been
is
picked
he?
up. Oh.
No.
Jjonak's going to have to learn from SBB and take that leadership
Like,
to the
I can
next
see
level.
Jjonak retiring after the season.
I can
Really?
see that.
Yeah.
Yeah, actually, that's a.
If he doesn't do
Cool,
well,
Shan.
then I can see him hanging up there.
You're going to get our first hot take
Hanging up the
of
orbs.
hot take
Yeah.
of the show, but I appreciate that one. Yeah, I can see that.
Hanging up the orbs, you know?
Yeah.
He's still kind of living on his season 1 glory, but
Massively.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, he's not been a disappointment at all. He's been
no,
a great
he's still
Every year.
top half flex
Yeah.
support, but
I don't think you can complain about his season 2 performance particularly, but last
No.
year didn't look good for him at all.
There were some spots where you look pretty good, but you know it's the mechanics. Yeah, you never lose them.
But it's just
yeah,
one of those
he has
things as well
questionable
where-
plays, not questionable shots.
Yeah.
Yeah. And when the rest of his team doesn't look as good, he starts to look way weaker, I think.
I
It might
think
be
if
'cause he's trying to
Jjonak,
close the gap, and he
yeah,
can't do
if
that.
Jjonak
as
can
well often.
make this change to
basically-
leader,
Yeah.
and become the leader of this team and lead them with playing around him almost, like the old MXL, but with all the attention on Jjonak because they had that problem last year when they had Haxal and they had that split resources problem and stuff like that. But this year, if they've got a good support structure to put around Jjonak. All
I don't
these
know, I mean-
rookies and
In terms of like structure of the team, I agree, but I don't think that you can do that with relying on a flex support to pop off anymore. It's so punishable.
Possibly, yeah.
Like, for me, it should all be about the DPS here and making sure that the newer DPS can pop
Develop
off.
correctly.
And also making sure that Bianca doesn't have a mediocre season, because that's just going to hold them back the entire time. I don't rate Bianca from last season at all. I never understood when they subbed out Hotbar. I thought they always looked worse. But
one thing about this roster is 2 tanks, 2 supports, and that's it. You know, they have...
Yeah, that's true.
They'll definitely go for almost an interchangeable DPS line, but a solid structure when it comes to tanks.
What have we seen Yakpung playing before?
He was
he was on Toronto season 2.
Yeah,
but then went down to contenders.
But he did okay. I'm fairly certain he did okay.
But I mean, what heroes has he played? Is he
Ryan,
he's
Orisa,
their only main tank? So like,
and Ball. He plays all of them. He's his main hero is Winston. I'm pretty sure. So
I mean, if a Genji meta came around again, I know that that's a ridiculous sentence, but stay with me. If that happened, maybe they look good. Or just sort of a divey meta, more aggressive stuff.
Divey meta, definitely. But the only question mark on this roster, I think, is Friday. Because unproven, definitely, even at contenders level. Yeah, in my opinion.
Yeah, they're locked into a lot of things that if it works out, it's fine. But if one of those pieces fails, then they all fall apart, I think.
Yeah, definitely a team that could be looking at some mid-season pickups.
You know, I feel like Gulshan almost should put money on Jjonak retiring at the end of the season if you could find someone to take that.
I'm afraid that's not on the bookies list now.
Gulshan has him at 4th. Gulshan, why do you have him at 4th?
Hoping Jjonak carries him, but at the same time he's going to break his back, so... I think like my middle pack I kind of like regret. That was just like me closing my eyes and blindly chucking
really
things out.
Could end up anyway.
I'm always happy. I'd be happy to swap my New York with Guangzhou. To be honest, yeah, and I'll probably raise Spark up a bit and drop Chengdu, the Hunters down. So
I feel like, especially in APAC, because there's so little teams, it could look like anything. You know?
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah. Well,
Valin could pick up some juggernaut roster of Chinese gods and then just roll. That could happen.
Season 1 Shanghai.
Yeah, making their return.
They walk onto the stage. They're all £400. It's all muscle.
Get MG. Go up MG.
The Blizzard Arena quakes. Jeff cowers behind Fraggy, the only thing hiding him.
Yeah. As for Chengdu,
we'll see.
Anything could happen.
They've upgraded. They're not locked into the silly.
I'm excited
anymore.
for the Jimmy and Jinmu's DPS.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. They've got new coaches, right? No, they've got their returning coach, right? Mm-hmm. So that's.
Don't they have 2 head coaches, or is that a different team?
Well, now we have to find out. I know where Chengdu is. That's an easy one. There we go. Look at me with my alphabets.
Don't you teach alphabet as well?
No. They don't. They already know the alphabet by the point they get to 7.
What year do you teach?
Scroll down, Tom. Scroll down.
Oh, sorry. 7, 8. They know the alphabet. No, they got 1 head coach. What team has 2 head coaches? I mean, I always want to look through them all to find out now. But
I think it was last year. They had 2 head coaches.
Maybe. Yes, because that's right. Because RUI is their returning head coach from season.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did he go for like military service or something?
I actually don't know.
Possibly.
But
I remember some coach went for. Okay.
Possibly, yeah. But I don't know. I think they probably would be better for that.
Yeah.
Wait, wasn't it Dallas who had like 18 head coaches?
Actually, we had 1 huge head coach and then about 7 assistant coaches. But yeah, I mean, I feel good about Chengdu. They should be better, but then also
they'll be better than last year. But they're probably still going to be the bottom, one of the bottom teams, bottom 3, definitely.
It depends to me how much they want to force some of the old stuff, especially since the old coach is coming back.
I mean, if Ball stays meta, it could always be Armeng and just
hold on.
But the other thing is though, like we're assuming Armeng is the like that conversation kind of has the idea that Armeng is the best ball, which I don't think he is anymore. There's been so many like balls.
There's probably a bunch of new contender.
That's what I mean. Yeah,
Gaga is
exactly right. That's what I was going to say. So
team.
Gaga, who's on the team, is possibly a better ball than Armeng now.
He's possibly better at everything than Armeng because he has a nasty monkey and Ryan. I'm pretty sure.
And then it's like Armeng. The only other hero he's been known for in the past is Orisa, and like how bad.
Oh, I remember he learned how to play Ryan in one match against was it New York?
No, it
was Vancouver.
Vancouver.
Was it Vancouver?
Yeah.
That's where Chad became a huge. But like, how bad would Gargar's Orisa have to be that you'd even consider subbing Armeng in just for Orisa?
Yeah,
like, you just
it could be. Maybe Jimmy just takes the bench role, and Gaga becomes their starting player.
There's also a chance that they have completely different styles of playing ball, and the scrappy individualistic Chengdu style doesn't particularly suit what Gargar's used to. There might be some like adapting phase, but
maybe this will like strengthen up the team and make it more of a structure instead of a crazy mess of just throwing 6 people at like each other.
I mean, how far are we from the season start? It's April, right? 2 months. Yeah. So we're 2 months out. So this meta could be anything.
Still changes. Still could be changes to rosters as well.
Ball's just got a slight nerf again, probably. Like,
yeah.
Who knows? And
the changes have gone through from the experimental. Just, by the way.
Oh, they are.
Yeah.
Wow. Look at us.
Reaper had a slight
change
nerf from the experimental, but other than that, everything else went through.
I mean, Platchat, eat your heart out. We're live as the changes have gone through.
Literally.
There you go.
That's mad.
Okay.
Chengdu, I see, but I feel like it's just a rookie pit where there's just lots of rookies that eventually could become great talents in the Overwatch League, especially the DPS.
Sure, I could do that. Okay, NA then.
Okay, so Vancouver. Lol.
Yeah, I mean...
Wrong. I don't have Vancouver last.
You put Paris.
There's the hot take. There it is.
That is it.
There's my hot take.
Should I get a... There you go. You got a hot take thing up. You guys can't see it, but I promise it's there.
Paris, last.
Really?
Let's pull up the roster.
Worse than... No way.
No.
There's no way. No.
Pull up the roster.
Okay, hold on. Let's do this. Let me clear out some of these, because these are just in the way. Right. Okay, Paris. Let's get Paris, and let's side by side. Let's get Vancouver. Right.
Don't look at Vancouver yet. Just look at Paris.
Okay,
Just look at Paris.
Right. Talk us through it. Go on.
Look at this.
Okay.
Look at this. What have we got here?
Well,
what do we actually have here? Like, explain it.
You got a nice little European, bargain bin team.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's like
this is the roster that the people that didn't get on London got onto. This is the EU2 roster. I think that's what I see when I look at this roster. To be honest,
they've got some
some pieces that could be incredible. Onigod,
Elevote,
Neptuno. He's got that veteran status. The team leader possibly. There's potential. There's some potential, but for that potential to carry them above even second last, it would be pretty insane.
Yeah, but when second last is that Vancouver team,
it's definitely going to be Vancouver or Paris, and I think Paris could be worse.
I think the best player out of either of those teams is only God.
I'm happy with that.
Dalton, Linkser, Teru, no thank you.
Teru could be.
Only God looked good last year on a roster of Dallas that was falling apart whilst being on ping. So I mean,
true, yeah.
The reason I have Vancouver, if you could switch over to Vancouver,
absolutely, yeah.
Thank you. Is more.
Oh my God! Look at that team.
Just that tank line, I was going to say it doesn't inspire anything in me. It does inspire something in me. It's just dread.
Yeah, it's just suicide. Yeah, it's not.
Yeah.
Shredlock was poor for Vancouver, and FRD was not great for Atlanta.
I have a feeling that they're going to win more games than the Paris, though. That's just it's more of a feeling than.
What, you expect Linkers to pop off or something?
I don't know. I feel like that something could work with this roster. Something could work if Terror becomes this.
Fear of becoming homeless might motivate them. Like, what else?
Yeah.
Like,
If Terror can come in and be this star player.
Lynx is pretty much just going to be sat there waiting, like counting down the days until he can start claiming his pension. Like, what do you mean?
Sure.
There's no one on this team wants to be here even. Like,
I mean, yeah. It's kind of the retirement home, isn't it?
Not a single player on this team would opt to be on this team if they had any other options. It's shocking.
Still, though, I didn't want to be boring. I didn't want to put Vancouver last.
I think that Vancouver team's worse than Boston from last year.
I may have just had the spicy take thing on that entire time whilst we were looking at the teams. I actually don't know. But it'll be interesting in the for the audience to keep some guessing with what we're talking about.
I feel like Vancouver and Paris are bottom two.
Yeah, I mean, we agree easily. On that. There's no debate there. I mean, yeah.
Gushan has something to say about it, actually.
James, what are your thoughts?
Separating the two, but yeah.
What?
Grandad Dyson.
What?
Yes, the war.
What's up, son?
I remember Vancouver when they were all Korean. Yeah. What are your thoughts on the Korean? On the Paris and Vancouver teams, James? Who's worse? Just give us a gut instinct.
Vancouver, because I've seen them.
Paris.
Yeah, well, there you go. James says so. That's that.
It's like
the Oracle has spoken.
Dalton looks like.
It's like choosing between two bins.
Yeah.
Is it fair to say that historically choosing a blue team for your Overwatch League team is a bad idea? Is that fair?
Yeah, look at Dallas.
Yeah. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Dallas bad.
New York.
Time. Yeah, see, New York are the only one. New York and Guangzhou are the ones that are ruining it. But Valiant have been up and down the whole time, and now just
Spitfire in season 1 were orange, so
exactly. So that doesn't even count. Yeah,
Valiant were green.
They got bad. A Valiant were green. There you go. Then this works. Blue's a cursed color, which surely means that Dallas will implode somehow again. I don't know how that's.
Which is why
Keep her at second. Keep her at second, boys. We'll see. They're the Vancouver of this year. I'm telling you. I'm joking.
I mean, there's not a good color either, though, is there? Oh, black. Black is a good color. Only shock of being grey and black. Like, there's no colours.
Grey is good. Grey's a really good colour.
Grey's what you want, is it? Oh, Atlanta's. No, there's no good colours. This doesn't work. Anyway, we've gone off topic. Sorry.
That's the bottom two sorted.
We all agree on basically the whole. Other than Gulshan with Boston down there.
Bring up the Boston roster. Bring it up.
Is this because you don't know what it is?
Bring it.
This is the first time you're seeing it.
No, I actually don't.
Okay, right. So
I do. The trash. Look. The trash. Look.
It's not bad.
So, I'm gonna just sprinkle in a little bit for a later segment. But this is my dark horse team to do a lot better than
what
a lot of people think.
Cameron.
Yeah, I actually, to be fair, I do see that.
It's not that controversial.
There's one change I'd make, which is he did well when he came in last season. Like, he made a significant improvement to the team, but I'm not entirely convinced by the Punk. Off tank.
We'll have to see how it works with
actually.
If he
I have a theory.
We're guessing he will, but
I have a theory.
Go on.
Recently, if you on Boston Academy's team, right? They've recently picked up Gray Bussy, who was on WGS, the team, same team. I am 37, Faith Valentine. He's the off tank for that team, right? And he's been recently signed to the academy team. So perhaps at some point in the season he'll be called up and replace Punk.
Sure,
that's a possibility.
Is anyone else worried about? Well, not actually. Okay, I'm not going to say worried because I have no problems with Soon and Valentine playing the entire season from start to finish. Why are IM37 and Colour Hex on this team?
IM37, I like purely because he just adds a bit more depth to the squad. Another hit scan just in case there's a double hit scan.
I think Colour Hex is going to be benched.
Well, that's the thing.
Maybe Colour Hex had a 2-year contract.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe. Yeah. I mean, basically, IM37 is coming in if it's double hit scan. That's it, right?
Yeah.
I don't know why else he'd ever be played.
Yeah,
But...
I'm okay with. Actually, I'd be okay if. No, Valentine's should get all the playtime. That's what I think, and then it should be I'm 37 soon, flipping out, depending.
But basically,
I feel like soon is we the tracer specialist, and then I'm 37 just main hit scan.
You think? I think Soon's Widow and McCree and all of those are better than I'm 37. Soldier is probably
I'm
still
37.
better if we see
Yeah,
Soldier
but,
ever played again.
You know, in that soldier man that's coming around.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just think
You'd play
they've
him on
got
Reaper
such a
as
good
well,
core.
right?
Yeah.
What about Sombra? Who plays Sombra here?
Probably
that
Mistakes.
soon again?
Soon.
Mistakes. He said mistakes. That was good.
Yeah.
No, I just think the backline of Myunbong and Faith is unreal.
Yeah, I agree. The
And
backline's way better
definitely.
than
Like
the rest of the team.
Stan one, he didn't play too much with Shanghai, but I'm sure that the coaching staff there thought he probably learned quite a bit.
Having a year at Shanghai when they come first, they came first. So
Yeah.
For me, like Boston is basically defined by their tank line.
Mm.
Yeah.
It's made or
Definitely.
broke. That's not that word.
Because
but you know
there
what?
has to be that language, the language barrier also. You know,
The tank line just makes or breaks Boston.
Stam one. Actually, no, I take that back. Stam one used to play on Envy in the NA contenders.
Yeah, he did.
So
Yeah, he
he
does have
probably knows a bit
experience.
English.
That's true.
This could be a bit. Yeah, I'm more okay with Roster now. I've looked at it a bit more.
I think there's a good chance they do decent. They do
Mm-hmm.
like if you're a Boston fan, you don't need your team to win the league this year. You need them not to be last. which is-
I think other than Washington, I think they'll be the most improved team.
Yeah, sure, I can see that.
Mhm.
So
Probably by spending 5 times less the amount of money.
true. In summary, Gulshan, you're wrong, and
What?
Scared me then. Sorry.
Oh my goodness.
You alright?
Wow.
Okay.
anyway.
Moving on.
London, we basically all agree on. I don't think we need to. If we ignore Gulshan having Boston in the wrong place, we agree on London and Houston.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
wrong.
We don't.
Oh, lovely.
What do you mean?
I have them third, bottom third.
You haven't what?
I have them third from bottom, Boston.
Oh, Boston. Oh, so you think Boston are worse as well? To me,
I feel like
Boston, but...
this little trio of Boston, London, and Outlaws could be interchangeable. That's what I feel.
Boston, London.
No, I think Boston's the better ones out of the three.
To me, Boston is definitely ahead of. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean,
I feel like they could be interchangeable.
well, let's pick up Houston because they're an interesting one this year. So basically, it's basically
The 5 DPS, they're back.
yeah, and then it's tank line defines it again, doesn't it? Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well,
sort of-
I'm pretty confident in this tank line, this double Korean tank line. It was extremely consistent on their former team as well, in contenders.
Do you think hydration comes back onto tank? Or
No,
No.
yes,
No,
definitely.
he's already confirmed us as well. I think hasn't he? That he's playing DPS?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, I mean the DPS line's fine. I mean, it's good actually, but
Yeah,
why have they got 5?
Jake's the coach, basically.
Jake should be coaching, and
He'll probably pop in for a Junkrat meta or...
yeah,
They got Happy and Dante for double hit scan. You got Hydration
nuts.
and KSF, which cover pretty much all the flex heroes.
nuts. Yeah, and then
It's not
Dante's
bad.
just going to play everything else, which is
Imagine if they had Nero and Shu as well, like they were meant to.
Yeah.
yeah.
Crimzo.
I
They didn't have a.
Crimson.
Wait, they don't have a main support.
Juby. is
Yeah.
their main support.
Oh, Juby.
He's just. I
Juby,
don't know
yeah.
anything about him. I'll be
He's
honest.
just there.
He exists, and
He's April 4th is when he comes of age.
yeah.
Just before the season starts, hopefully.
Has he been playing on collegiate teams? Yeah, HU Storm, Second Wind. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't know much about him, honestly, so I just said that I think the support line's fine, but I actually meant just Crimzo. And that could just be my Dallas bias coming through.
Dallas, Jeans.
That and Crimzo's been having like the best social media posts out of any player in the off season. So
Yeah.
that's
Crimzo,
not
I think he's underrated.
yeah, I'd go with that.
People overlooked him because Dallas didn't do great last year. But I think he had great numbers. His stats were great, and
So
he
who
has
else-
potential.
Who else are we talking about? Houston and Oh,
London.
London. Right, yeah. I mean, London's then the Euro boys. If you don't want to put all your Euro coin straight into
Paris,
which I wouldn't recommend. London looks better than them, right?
I'm quite excited about this roster, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I mean, we'll get onto it later, but I think there's definite
potential,
upset potential all over the place.
My big exclamation mark is with Calix. That's where my worry comes from. Calix, third chance in the Overwatch League.
We don't know where they're playing from, right? But that's my question mark.
Yeah, they could be in EU.
Because supposedly they're going to equal out ping and stuff this year, right? That's a whole other thing. And if you're playing,
they're sorting it on to minimum. Like both teams will have a minimum ping or something like that.
And it'll be the same, yeah, right.
Yeah,
but I don't know. I feel like the advantage has got to still be with the NA teams if they're mostly playing against other NA teams. Like every game that London plays is going to be on ping, which at the very least is just going to make things slightly wonky potentially. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm really excited about Shax and Sparker. I think they're my main hype. Sparker is very hyped up. Yeah. He's got some of the most hype coming into this stage. The season, almost like the Sparkle of last year, if you will. Sparker and Sparkle. Kind of weird. But yeah, he could carry. Same as Shax, but Sparker and Shax have very, very strong tracers, so it'd be interesting to see who gets to play it out of the two.
I mean, Blase memes aside, Blase on the right heroes is still actually a good addition to this roster as well.
Yeah. Flex.
Yeah. I think this is
a solid.
Good roster, but they just don't pack the punch of the ones as we get higher.
I definitely think they could do well because we've seen this before. Runaway coming into the league, a team, all signed together under one org, maybe there's one of two things going to happen. Either London can come mid-table, pound a few teams, or they could just completely shit the bed and show that EU's just.
I'd be happy saying they could do better than everybody that's like Washington and below. Sorry, Atlanta and below.
Yeah.
I don't see them beating that top stack.
Yeah.
But I could see them doing better than anyone.
They can get
below
a few
Atlanta, which is kind of an ambiguous thing because we haven't defined where that is. But yeah, okay. Moving on from the bottom ones then. So okay, interestingly, some of us have kind of like. Actually, we've all put Atlanta, Toronto, other than Zach, who's gone Toronto, Atlanta. But I don't think that anyone knows enough about until we see them. I don't think the difference between those two is so huge that you couldn't argue either way.
Yeah, so they can flip around, so switch places every now and again. So.
And then I've put me and Gulshan have put tier breaks in.
Yeah, you've done 6. I've done 5. I think those bottom 3. Probably Dallas as well. They could switch around any time, so. And then Shock probably still been dominant out of the whole thing, but.
Yes, but
I think Dallas to Florida, Washington, I think they can just keep flipping around.
Sure.
Because they can be anywhere, to be honest. So.
If we're viewing Chad Champions as an educational, informational piece for the uninitiated, what's going on? And then we all agree there's kind of separate tiers this year, right? Where there's 5 or 6 teams at the top that are significantly better than the ones below them in NA, I think.
Yeah. I feel like there's definitely a break. I mean, in skill.
So in my notes, this is months ago now, but it still holds a kind of in my mind. I put Florida could be the new gatekeepers of. If you can beat Florida a couple times, then you're in that top pack.
Yeah, I agree.
Which is interesting because even though some of us have got Florida at 3rd, I've got them at 5th even, which is a bit lower. And then I've put a tier break below Toronto, which doesn't follow any of that logic at all. But
I feel like if you look at Atlanta, Toronto, there, and then those 5 teams underneath them. That's where it's kind of cut off, right? And then you got the 2 teams. Wait, go back to the ranking screens.
Sorry.
So you got a break underneath Atlanta and Toronto, and there's 5 teams, and then you got Atlanta and Toronto, there in the middle, and then you got the top 5
I'd be
there.
okay with that, actually. Yeah,
that's why I kind of feel like
it's pretty interchangeable of who is in the top, that group above, or if either of them are.
Yeah, I'd say it's the top 5 there. Well, no, sorry, Shock, then top 4.
Go on then,
like next 4.
Let's run over Toronto and Atlanta quickly. It doesn't have to be. Yeah, Toronto. Logix, who just isn't playing, right?
I'm just happy if this team drops Beast and Logix and keeps their career roster. That's kind of what I want.
Yeah, Beast isn't seeing a game.
No, hopefully not. And if they do, it's a question mark.
Korshan, what's it called when you make several bets and it makes your odds better in ACA or something?
Yeah.
Right, okay, I want you to put one on. Jjonak retires, Beast doesn't play a game. Both of those on.
Yeah.
Odds are through the roof. This is good money.
Yeah.
Get on to Lambrooks.
Aztec, I'm excited about.
Yeah.
He's been, rumoured as the next Jjonak, the next whoever you want to say, the big flex support. He hasn't got his chance. He's getting, of course. You check how old he is, Sam? Aztec. Because this is his rookie year, and he's
21.
He's 21.
Yeah.
Usually players start at 18, 19. He's starting at 21. He's been looked over every season. But this is going to be his season to make his name.
Is Naced any good? Like, I know he was on
Fusion Uni.
Fusion Uni for a while, but
he was on T1 as well, which is the Korean equivalent.
Fusion Uni.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know.
He was part of that big run with Fusion Uni where they won everything, wasn't it? Or, no, that was Brunei. That was Brunei. Never mind.
Brunei?
Yeah.
Nace is a damage.
Oh, what am I on about? Yeah, Nice was there. I was thinking, yeah, that was a Vega moment. Don't listen to me. I'm thinking Nice is a off tank for some reason. I thought he was Nice DPS.
It'd be nice to see Hisu not playing under the pressure of taking Carpe out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
that'd be good.
The other thing is Sado, Hisu, and KDG have moved across, isn't it? I mean,
yeah,
which is interesting at least. You've got to assume that KDG was doing something on Philly that was making them finish top at the regular season last year, and they didn't. They finished second or whatever, right? But whatever, top in NA.
Yeah.
So I mean that's exciting, and I'm excited to see if Michelle actually looks.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because even when Seoul needed a off tank, they just wouldn't play Michelle. They would play Marvel. So it's interesting to see if that's because of Michelle or just the team.
Yeah, I mean, there's some weird things going on in Seoul for a while, so who knows? And then
One of
like Gulshan said, Big Lastro, Sex, Big Dick is
yeah. One of the most this team is going to be kind of dependent on Anton J, the main support, because he's the only main support. So he's going to be.
Oh, that's true.
He's going to have to be very consistent. Otherwise, without a great main support, you can do it. Look at Florida last year. They had Chris, who wasn't great, but they still did pretty well. But I feel like
Sex, Big Dick.
Oh my God.
Sorry, yeah.
Yeah, so it's dependent on how Anton J does.
Yeah, that's true. He could be a weak point, and they would sort of be the foundation of the pyramid falling down a little bit. Possibly.
If Michelle is kind of correct under pressure, this team could, fall further down.
And then Atlanta
much like Atlanta.
Atlanta's kind of unchanged a little bit, and then they've added a couple pieces.
They've added Kai.
Yeah.
And Pelican.
UK Mafia and all that. Yeah, Kai, previously known as KSP.
KSP.
Yeah.
My man.
He flew out of
He's
the
known
ashes.
for his deadly accuracy on Widowmaker and Dash.
Is that what it says?
Yeah.
Flew out of the ashes of the Valiant.
The ashes of the great team Valiant.
I see what you did there.
Yep.
I mean,
books for nothing.
Gator and Hawk, I guess.
Yeah, it's fine, right?
Disappointed.
It's fine.
It puts you in that middle spot where we've all put
the gatekeepers.
Yeah.
The reason I had them above Toronto is because I'm really excited about Pelican. I think Pelican and
That's
Edison.
the question mark, right? Pelican.
They could be the next Urster and Edison.
Yeah.
But actually play and it could be good. It could be very good.
The DPS line should. Okay, here's a question: do we think Kai is better than Baby Bay?
Yes.
Yeah.
By miles.
Yeah.
Okay, so
But
I think
actually,
yes,
night and day.
which is interesting. So I mean, so the DPS line should just be better, right?
Yeah.
As long
They
as
got
Pelican
Edison
lives
and
up.
Kai for
to
double hit scan.
Urza's
They
shoes.
got Pelican for the flex. It's going to be a solid DPS line this year.
Yeah.
Although, I'm not really convinced by Iris.
I was going to say, is their support line good enough anymore?
I think he's all okay. I think he's okay. It's Massa and Elris only. But Massa's...
Am I right in remembering that Massa's best moments were in Goats?
Yes. On that.
Yeah.
They were, right?
His Mercy's okay. I think
Yeah.
he's got the serviceable Mercy.
Yeah, I mean, it all depends if we see...
I'm not sure about his Brig, though.
There's a bunch of main supports that would love for Lucio to come back around, and who knows if it will happen or not. But it would make a dramatic difference to how we view
Funny
main supports
Astro,
over the course
FD
of
God,
the year.
Massa.
Yeah, right. Moth even would probably like to see
Neptuno.
Lucio come back around.
Big Lucio player.
Yeah, it's interesting.
I mean, I'm sure Neptuno's would prefer Mercy than it.
Nah. It's Neptuno. It's Lucio.
I
Trust
thought
me.
he plays Soldier.
The Battle Lucio, that's what he called
Wait, no, that's Harry Hook I'm thinking of. Is that racist? Alright, anyway.
Whoa. No.
No, Neptuno's always talking about his aim and shit, right? He actually thinks... But, I mean, he's not going to play anything other than supports or whatever. Okay, and then we're into the big guns, aren't we, really?
The top five.
Mm.
There's
The
not
high
much to
five.
say about the shock. You know, is more... They can change any players, basically, you know? And they're going to have Krusty still, who's going to coach them into becoming gods. Basically, that's what's going to happen. You know, I don't think anyone would move Shock from first place.
No.
Like, Shock is like Shanghai for me, in that there's a lot of teams that have got closer this year, but I just can't pinpoint one of them and say that's the team that will knock them down a peg the entire year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to brush over strong points and weak points of all the teams, Dallas in the right meta should take games off Shock. Gladiators in the right meta should take games off Shock. Like, Washington, Florida might. Like, Washington probably more so than Florida. But it just, like... will enough teams be able to do that throughout the year so that Shock doesn't come like one in the regular rankings, which like really doesn't matter that much, and then also just what meta is it right at the end, which I mean could go anyway.
Yeah.
Who do we want to talk about first out of those top teams?
So we have
Washington, by the looks of it, is
Washington is
the
the one
lowest.
we agree on the most, right? See, as the next
Mhm.
one. Okay, right, Washington then. No longer the Washington.
Actually washing.
They're just the weird backline.
I love my full Koreans. My full Korean rosters.
Yeah, so me and Jimmy were speaking about this earlier, though. I rate Closer higher than he does, and maybe the rest of you agree as well. But
maybe that's Dallas bias speaking.
That could be Dallas bias. I get Closer's another one that would love
Sam,
Lucio
what's
to
that
come
Kiss
back around.
cartoon thing on your bookmarks there?
Exposed.
it's for watching Rick and
Hey,
Morty.
what's that?
What?
Well, the one I'm actually most disappointed, no, not disappointed with, but like
Stop.
that's the biggest like downgrade or
Thanks for that
disappointment to
derailment,
me
James.
is Aim God downgraded to Bebe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. You say that, but then
play some Rogue Company. It's been a pleasure.
Bye, James.
Bye, James.
We look
Bye,
forward to having you on
It's
next
a much
season.
better game than Overwatch. It's not bad, so it's pretty good.
Thanks.
I think Atlanta Reign will win next season.
Wow, that deserves a
Spice.
hot take.
That is quite spicy.
Ginger Spice strikes again.
I need to put on latex gloves to handle that,
Oh, that
and get some goggles in case I get some in my eyes.
send the pic of that. I'd love that.
Yeah. Okay. Well, anyway, we'll talk about that later. Anyway,
Bye.
bye.
Bye, James.
Is it weird to say this team's kind of like Atlanta, but all Korean?
No, that is very weird.
Is it? Okay.
Yes.
Hear me out. Their DPS should be really strong, right? No one's questioning the DPS.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, you know where it falls apart is their tank line is godly on Washington.
Yeah.
Never mind. Okay.
That's what I was going to say.
I could try and string this along by saying, it's exactly like Atlanta if you swap the tank and support line, but no, the comparison's falling apart. Never mind.
Mag and Fury, there's going to be leagues above.
Mm-hmm.
Mag and Fury is actually, if Mag doesn't have some weird stuff where he finally gets a shot and doesn't live up to expectations or whatever, like as long as he hits the ground running, I mean, that should be a nutty tank line.
My big question mark is Rhea. Why is Rhea on this roster?
I have the same question for Jerry. Why is Jerry on this roster?
Let's look at it. Assassin and Tuber probably going to split like time on. Assassin probably going to be a specialist flex, and Tuber going to be a general. And then you're going to have Jerry maybe the sniper player, and then Decay.
No. Jerry only plays when it's double hit scan, doesn't he? That's why he's here.
Mm-hmm.
And if you've got like a tracer and a hit scan meta, you play Jerry.
Yeah.
But like, I don't know. Fine, I guess. Like that you've shored up a hole, but like, it's not exciting. They
probably got him on the cheap.
Oh, you think? I don't know. I reckon.
Oh god, what would this roster be if they had a solid backline? Could you imagine?
Oh my god,
it would be disgusting.
If they picked up Slime instead of Closer and then kept Aim God, oh my lord.
Maybe kept Aim God, or imagine if they like traded for Twilight or something. That would be disgusting.
Boombox. Oh yeah.
True.
I'm really sad that Boombox didn't get to one of the EU teams.
Yeah.
He must have had the opportunity to. Like, he's got to have been in the conversation.
Maybe,
you got to wonder, like, does the guy not have an agent or something? I'll do it. Hit me up, Boom. What's his real name? Isaac. Hit me up, Isaac.
It could have been him on the Paris Eternal with Neptuno instead of this
guy.
I mean,
that would have been juice.
If that's better or not, I don't know, but
I think it's better than Ripper.
Yeah, probably. And also, though, that just sounds like a nice environment to be in. Boombox and Neptuno being your backline. That's a lovely place.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Why not get Shadowburn back?
yeah, and Dream. No, wait, no, not Dream. No.
Oh no.
The other Genji player. The other season 1 Genji.
Yeah.
Yeah. The reason that I don't have Washington in my top 3 is because of the backline. If they had a solid backline, they'd definitely be top 3.
I agree.
Yep. I'm fine with that. I mean, it's constantly going to be a meta thing, right? Because we're not doing hero pools this year, right? Is that announced?
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
Then.
They stopped doing them like last year at some point.
Yeah, right. So assuming there are no hero pools, and they're not putting in something else weird, or I don't know. We're probably going to see meta stick around a little bit more. Like, it's going to be.
Well, they have been doing patches quite regularly.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, but then it's like teams always take a while to catch up to those. It's not as quick a change as hero pools.
One person.
If Hangzhou's previous seasons are anything to go by, then they'll just go through entire months, which is like. A month is like a set amount this year, right? Which is because that's at the end of every month is a tournament. So like you'll be viewing the whole thing in like segments of months, I guess. And Hangzhou will probably just fly by entire months without realizing the meta changed based on previous seasons. But
yeah, they'll just run Goosh around the Winston.
Yeah.
One person that I'm very excited for on this roster that some people may not be very excited from is that man at the bottom, my man Assassin. If you go on, take a look at his profile. Go on.
We do the necessary.
What shirt has he got on?
He's got a runaway shirt.
Runaway.
Right, go look at Signature Heroes. Go look at Signature Heroes.
Stop it. It's teasing us.
Genji,
look at the top
Echo,
one.
Fire yeah, sure. I
It's
understand
Hacksaw. 2.
2.
The second Hacksaw.
Hacksaw 2, Assassin Boogaloo.
Exactly. That's what I'm just excited to watch him play, to be honest.
It'd be cool. Yeah, I mean, when I was talking about metas and stuff, like, do we get metas where the supports are less or more important? Instinctively, I want to say yes, but I don't know if that's been true for a while.
I feel like
when it's been double flex.
Yeah, the flex support is always going to be important, but
when it's like Lucio Moira, it's not.
That would be the least, maybe. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
I mean, that meta could be on its way. There's been Reaper changes.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Back in play. Yeah, I feel like they picked up Fury and Bria, maybe because they might be anticipating a double hit scan, a double off tank meta like the end of last year. Because the meta right now is Zarya Bull or Sigma Bull, and
yeah,
off-tank players usually have a good ball.
I would love a redemption.
Fury's got a good ball on him, I remember.
Yeah,
that's true.
but then again, you could just have Mag play ball. But who knows?
Yeah,
who knows why they have real?
Yeah, I mean, I'd be interested to see if he plays and if he does well when he does, but I'm not holding out massive hope. Okay, where are we at then? So we've covered.
We did Washington.
Okay.
We have
then what
the second place. We have 2 Dallas and 2 Glads.
2 Dallas, 2 Glads. You know what? I want to put Glads above Washington already, just looking at my rankings. But okay, so I mean, Gulshan is clearly correct, and I've got a huge bias. So that covers why Dallas is where. Why have you got Dallas there, Gulshan? Then
have you seen their roster?
I can't defend it.
Get it up right now.
I can't defend it because I'm clearly.
Look, my man Doa slapping heads. My man Sparkle gonna slap some more heads. Hambin Field. Look at Field. He was playing on like 200 plus ping last season, and he was still slapping kids up left, right, and centre. Fearless, my man. Just gonna slap them up even more.
Yeah, I had actually with the primal slapping people.
And then Exy as well. He had an operation like mid-season or something.
I had Dallas 5th.
So that is my opinion.
My issue with Dallas is it's Paris Eternal from last season. Yeah, Fearless is better than Ben Best was last season, but Jexy is such a downgrade on FDE God. And
yeah.
And even then, Paris didn't
maybe
set the wall. Like they did, they had their moments, but
I think the Jexy repel thing though is a little bit like. If the backline of Dallas were stonks that you could buy, you'd be buying in the dip if you bought right now. Now would be the time to get in.
I think
this will be the 3rd season in a row where people have been hyping up Jexy, and he's just done.
That's true, but he was on Houston as well.
Yeah, but he was on Seoul before and just didn't.
Exactly.
It was benched for Toby.
Season 2 Seoul, where Toby cried himself back into a seat. I don't know.
The one gaping hole of this roster is the Tracer.
It's Tracer, role. Yeah. That's why I can't rate them.
That's why
I want.
I feel like Tracer's such an important hero, especially for this team.
Oh, you should have seen me on Tracer earlier. Holy hell!
Sign for Dallas.
I mean, so the coaches have said that they're going to get either Exy or Sparkle to play Tracer. I think Sparkle's Tracer has been better in the past than Exy's, but it would make more sense to have Exy play it.
When I see this roster, what is the scream that you guys? What is screaming at you guys? What meta do you think this roster is going to be second? It's dive.
They're going to still slap heads.
Dive.
What dive?
It's this roster and dive, right?
But not Tracer dive.
Sombra Genji dive.
Genji, Sombra Doom,
Sombra Doom would be strong. Yeah.
Slapping, you got the Fearless Winston, you got the Hambin Diva, who's sick at, or Zarya.
Just imagine this.
Doa Sombra.
Doa on Sombra, Sparkle on Genji, Fearless on Winston, Hambin on the off-tank, Fielder on Anna, and Repel on Zen.
Mm-hmm.
Daddy.
Or Brig.
I mean, imagine if they picked up Slime instead of... I know he was on EM, but
if they had Slime instead of instead of Florida, I would have ranked them higher than Florida.
Exactly.
I mean, there are going to be metas again where this team is unbeatable potentially. But
I mean, like that Genji meta last season.
The Tracer hole does open up.
I feel like the Tracer hole is the only hole though.
But a lot of the times where you would say this team is going to be the best, like where you're playing Winston, is when you're going to be playing Tracer.
Yeah, and that's the problem.
That's the issue.
This team screams dive, but without a Tracer player, it's going to be difficult for them to perform.
When does the transfer window close for?
I think it's closed.
No, it's still open.
But they can only announce things, right? But
they can announce things still. I don't think that they're signing anyone else. I think they've pretty much said this is the roster.
God, what if they signed like a god Tracer like Nene? Nene's incredible at Tracer, and then they had like this 4 DPS: Doa, Sparkle, Z, and Nene. That would be
so.
You can always fix all that.
Teams may make trades until a trade deadline that will be determined prior to the start of the 2021 season. The league office may separately impose a roster lock date after which teams may not be permitted to sign free agents. That's not been announced yet.
No,
so.
they can't. I think
they can still sign people. It was just that the deadline has passed for them to have a minimum of 7 players.
That's
except
right,
that Valiant are.
Yeah. Which what is like? I'm sure they like fall outside of some technical loophole, but like.
Maybe they picked the roster already and they just haven't announced it.
I doubt it. But yeah,
you're gonna have to pick up soon.
This team has one hole in its Tracer, and the other thing is, I agree with Alex that like Tracer has been an important hero throughout the entirety of the Overwatch League. There hasn't been a season where Tracer hasn't seen a portion of play, at least.
Except goats.
Except goats, sure. But there is a chance the season just goes by and we don't see much Tracer.
Yeah. There could be a chance.
It just doesn't, like we've had this conversation.
If it just becomes a stun meta, then perhaps Tracer may not be used. If they
just did a 5-head thing and it's predicted a meta.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, any.
It's Scorshan and back to Izaka. No Tracer to be played.
No Tracer played. Sort of become. What was it? Jjonak retires.
Jjonak to retire. Someone to
Beast never plays a game.
Beast never plays, and
Tracer doesn't get more than 1 minute of play per game on average. Because there might be the occasional stall.
Sure. Yeah, we got to keep our options open. Good thinking.
What do you mean? No, straight to legs.
Anyone listening, feel free to take this free information we've given you and just make sure you let us know when you show us the amount you win at the end.
I got 500 on Fisher coming back.
Team 6.
Yeah.
I mean, I was just thinking, we're saying that this team is going to be good anytime, like Divey Winston stuff is a thing, which they probably will be, but also like
Rush.
What you lose in Fearless has to play Rhine. That's technically not his best main tank. You gain so much in XU just being able to play McCree potentially.
Exactly, and Sparkle though, good May players. So if May McCree comes back and they come for this rush, it's still going to be good.
Or any kind of the rush meta that any of the DPS combination, whether it's Doomfist, Reaper, May, McCree, they've got that in spades.
Yeah.
What's the? What's the AIM training game that all the Koreans and stuff play? You'll know, Alan. Osu. I sort of feel like how in and this is a tangent. In some films where you'll be a mass murderer or whatever, and or someone in a battlefield, and they're kind of just wandering through a battlefield. And they're seeing bunnies and flowers, and they're just trotting through and. They're not seeing the real thing at all, whilst they're actually just killing everything. I feel like XU just clicks McCree and just sees Osu, and that's it. It's just he's just clicking the buttons and the numbers, and oh look, he got a 6K, and he'll do it again.
XE is a nutcase, possibly one of the definitely a top 3 McCree, I'd say, in the league.
I mean, Decay gives him a run for his money, right? And then who else?
Old Dallas boy, old Dallas slave. Decay.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, we'll come back to it when we do all of our. Are we good? Are we okay to sort of? Gladiators and Florida are the ones we haven't really spoke about, and Shock is obviously altered. Is how I don't think they've necessarily improved, but they're different from last year.
Yeah.
Do we want to sort of iterate the conversation about them in our own rankings? Because I'm aware of time.
Yeah.
And start doing that. And when we get to them,
Let's do that.
Okay, right. So then let me open up.
Pull up. Yeah.
Oh my, hold on. I have many things open.
Yeah.
Let's close all these. Okay, then I need this. Aha!
We got.
Let's do our APAC first. Right.
Shanghai won.
Yeah, Shanghai, yeah.
Valiant bottom. We all agreed on that. Right. Then what did we all have? We had...
I had Seoul second. And I'm not budging. I'm not budging.
So I think we can put, by the looks of it, Philadelphia second.
Unfortunately, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, their announcement could change how I view Philadelphia, but I think... I think that they've been criminally overrated, honestly. I hate that I have them.
I'm kind of with you, some, to be honest,
because I just can't lower them more than that realistically. But I want to.
Everyone kind of thinks that they're just the instant top 3.
Okay, I mean, put it this way, like
they aren't awful.
Philly slapped around NA all last year, right?
Yeah.
And then they go to Asia, and they did really, really badly.
I mean,
and then they lose half the team that did badly, and put in who to replace them?
I think that they were saying though that the reason they did so badly in the playoffs was because they weren't prepared for the off-tank meta that they like. Because in the run-up to before the playoffs, they were playing the Winston Zarya, and then in the actual playoffs, they then had to end up playing the Roadhog.
So what you're saying is we should be worried about Toronto because it was their coach's problem.
Maybe
that's what I'm hearing in a roundabout way. 9K wouldn't have made that mistake, but KDG clearly has problems catching. Toronto will become the Hangzhou of NA, is what I'm hearing.
Yeah,
right.
I feel like Philly. There's a lot more things that could go wrong that people think.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think their tank line could be an issue.
Overall, then, between all of us, are we saying that like at the bottom, like after Valiant, should be Chengdu? Because I feel really bad doing that.
I had Chengdu there, but that's only because
kind of
it's either Chengdu or
XL.
New York.
Yeah.
Who do we feel worst about overall then?
I'm happy to leave it how it is.
Yeah, see, Alex thinks Chengdu. He's kind of persuaded me. The more I look at the Chengdu roster, the less excited I am about it.
Chengdu's kind of, you remember how they were talking about in season 1? There's just a bunch of friends joining together. You know, you got Leave and you got Jinmu, and then you got Gaga, and I think that's about it when it comes to like top tier talent.
I feel like we say this every year for Chengdu, but they could have peaks again this year.
They definitely could be above that, but will they? You know, you got to ask yourself that.
I mean, okay.
Will their chaotic style reign supreme, or will they just switch it up and start
I don't think they'll bother with that as much this year. Yeah, I think they're going to have.
Which means they're going to have to completely change their playstyle, which means they could just buckle this year.
We were talking about Dallas looking really good in like a double flex DPS meta, or like a double projectile meta. Mm-hmm. Chengdu would look really good in Asia in a double projectile meta.
Yeah.
Right?
I can see it.
Like, no one else really competes with the DPS in a double
EQ and Shockwaves.
Oh, EQ and Shockwave, that's one. Yeah. And then what, Fletter and... I mentioned someone.
Fletter Ursa.
That's true.
I mean, that definitely has
a
big...
Holy shit, okay, never mind.
Yeah.
Okay, but so they're in the conversation, though, in those sort of metas, you know?
Where that one too high, so don't do that. That scared me.
Yeah, put them there.
Is that a...
Yeah. Put them below Valiant. Fuck Chengdu.
Oh, I mean, that's just... We joke, but that's a serious possibility that somebody comes below Valiant this season.
I'm telling you, the Valiant picking up an all-Chinese juggernaut roster. I've read about it.
We might have to do an emergency episode.
I'm Halo.
I'm Halo sources. Where we're all just hiding from our Chinese overlords. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Winnie the Pooh just, dictates.
So we're saying Valiant, Chengdu, NYXL.
New York. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Then where are we at?
Move so up.
This is where we struggle because all of us have our own reasons for putting things differently. I like Hangzhou where they are there.
Swap Hangzhou with Seoul.
Really?
Watch. You'll like it much better. Do it. Trust me.
I like how this feels like I'm being pressured into sex. Trust me, you'll like how it feels. Just put it in.
Just do it. Trust me. Watch. Whoa!
Oh, that is nice.
I don't like Hangzhou being that low.
Hold up, though. If it's just for colours, though, what about... Oh!
Whoa! It happened. It happened. Don't put salt
this is what I'm with Jimmy. I don't like Hangzhou being that low.
Personally, if you sort of Philly and Guangzhou, I'm happy with that.
Swap Philly and Guangzhou.
Nah.
Okay with this.
Or am I sleeping on Guangzhou again?
You're sleeping on Seoul, bro. I'm serious.
Are we?
Can we put Seoul in the unsorted team?
Fits, mate.
remember, this is like the overall season, not just like 2 weeks.
Yeah. Not when they
Like,
look into the grand
They have
finals
fits
meta,
though.
where Gesture
And
plays
Gesture.
Hog, and we go, oh, Gesture was a good main tank all along. Whilst he plays Hog.
Wait, is this not a playoff bracket?
Is this not just where that'll come in the grand finals tournament? Yeah.
Fine, put Soul 5th. You'll rue the
Hey,
day.
look, if we're all wrong, we get to
Yeah, I get
come
my...
back on
Yeah.
18th
Give
of
us more shit. Yeah.
18th of
It-
Jan
Everyone-
2022.
Everyone's
or
forgetting
whatever,
that Seoul
you
beat
know?
Shanghai in the Masters tournament. So
They did, but
it was
Yeah, but-
convincing. Yeah, we rolled them. Easy clap. No more comments.
yeah.
That's it.
Well, in that Shanghai Masters tournament though, there was a circle of everybody's better than everybody.
Yeah, but Dallas are in NA, so it doesn't matter. It breaks the cycle.
Right, so the circle breaks. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Which is ironic because Dallas have never broken a cycle in their life.
Until now.
Yeah. I mean, till now maybe. I mean, what?
Except for Aero's bicycle.
Wow. That was a reach, but
Got
I
them.
appreciated it.
Jesus.
So, I mean, for the uninitiated, currently, we're not here. Oh, no, we are. Yeah, we're right here. This is where we are right now. Fuel makes compelling roster moves. There's no way they can lose with this team. And we've all said that. So
Get ready for the mediocre
Here we
start,
go.
boys.
Start.
Problem
beat
is,
LA.
we can't beat
So-
Valiant anymore.
LA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So it has
but
to be
there's the
Gladiators.
Gladiators.
And Gladiators are good now.
Yeah.
Oh,
But
wait, no, so this still works. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
it
beat
still
LA
works.
and go, oh shit, we must be decent. And then around we go. Yeah. Well,
It's okay.
not this season. Hashtag not this year. Okay.
So we move Seoul up 3 places, and then we're done.
Are we saying this is where we're kind of all to?
I'm okay with this.
None of us
If-
are like. This is none of our actual rankings individually, but as a group, I think this is where we're happiest, right?
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Guangzhou shot up the rankings from me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I still don't like Philly
Yeah.
second, but I'll deal with it.
I don't like Seoul 5th, but no one's happy, are they? No, it's just
Right.
we have to make compromises, Sam.
Yeah, sure. Exactly.
Okay.
Well, that's it. Yeah, you know.
Bottom
That's how
3,
Seoul
all
makes the
good.
team anyway, so it must be a decent
Yeah.
enough motto. Yeah.
I'm
well,
happy with the
To
bottom
remind-
3 like that.
So what?
Just
what was anything?
ignore my random Boston slant. Yes.
Yeah. Yeah, we all agree on those. And then what? We've got. It's what, like Boston,
Outlaws.
Atlanta, or Boston, Houston.
Outlaws, Boston.
It's
and then
like Outlaws or
Atlanta.
Toronto, right? Or around Atlanta. It's
Yeah.
those 3 we need to. Oh, that's not it. Sorry.
Atlanta, Toronto, and Boston, and Houston. Those 4 we need to sort out.
Right, hold
So-
on. Let me do this. That's going to help us out.
Yeah.
Okay. First question then: do we think that Atlanta is the break or Toronto's the break?
I think the break should be between Toronto and Atlanta, like it is there.
Yeah.
I think
Yeah.
Toronto are much better than Atlanta.
Everyone
that's
has
what I
Toronto higher,
That's
so
my
I feel
feeling.
like we should put Toronto higher.
Okay. So, are we? Oh wait. So we're saying? No, wait. This?
Yeah, like that.
We're happy with those, and Toronto.
I'd
where
be
they
happy
are?
with that, but I'm
Yeah.
happy to debate Houston, Boston swapping.
Okay.
I was somewhat tempted to, but I initially put Boston above Atlanta.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
I reined myself in a little.
Yeah, I was pretty torn on Houston and Boston going either way around. I think that Boston has less opportunity to fall apart or like their weaknesses be shown than Houston could.
Houston's tank line could just collapse.
Yeah.
That's yeah.
They're the
What's Houston's coaching structure this year? Does anyone have a clue?
it's just Jake.
It's just Jake. It's Jake and Jake's clones. They're only 2, but
Jake and the Soy Boys.
Else. Okay, so it's
That's what Houston's going to be renamed to Jake and the Soy Boys. That's what's going to happen.
co-head coach. Here you go. Here you go, Alex.
Harsher and Junkbuck.
Harsher and John.
That's all right.
actually a good.
There it is. It's Houston.
There you are. You were right.
With cool
Director
Matt as
of
the
talent development. What
They have
title.
Junkbuck from Shock.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who actually
That could
and
be
Harsher
he knows his
and Harsher from the old Titans, isn't he? So
Yeah,
Yeah.
true. But then also he was there
And-
last year. But then what?
Mm.
what did
And they
he
have
work
Cool
with?
Matt as the general manager, so you know.
It's cool, Matt, just raking in the cash every year.
Yeah. General manager. What does a general manager do?
Well, we know what general managers on other teams do. They put together a team that is competitive, but clearly they don't do that on Houston. So who knows?
That's because they have Cool Matt as a head coach, head
It's
general
because
manager.
Flame
What do you mean?
stepped down for something.
Effect couldn't kill Cool Man.
Well,
he was the unkillable.
That's true. Uncrackable mental.
He was a general manager for that. Was it Flame? Something Flame.
Flame.
Yeah, it was Flame.
Yeah.
Was he general manager or was he?
He was head coach before Harsher.
Scroll down, you'll see.
No,
Oh,
he
yeah,
wasn't. No, he wasn't head coach.
It was
He
something.
like
I know his
the
name was like
owner
something
or-
Rodriguez.
Oh,
I
it's
don't
General
know.
manager. Look. There you go.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
Right, he was
I see
right.
Hex.
Look at all this coaching staff. Look
There's
at all
Mendo.
those chickens. Look
Mendo.
at that. Wow.
Kai. I forgot they had Kai as well.
If this doesn't tell some sort of story, I don't know what does.
Oh, bro, just get that J
Rick.
name off there, right there. Get scroll up. Just keep. I don't want to see that name again.
Who is
Jay.
Fweck?
I don't know. I've never heard of him.
The president.
Jay.
They made up a role at some point. What is that? Right. Anyway.
Wait, hold on.
I like how they've given all the organisation like numbers. Like Meza has 88.
Yeah.
Guys, I just want to say we've fallen back into the trap.
All roads have led to Houston. We've done it
All
again.
roads have led to Houston, and we're here again.
And on that bombshell, no, I'm joking. Right.
Oh no. Anyway.
Yeah. Okay. Houston there. Right. I think I want to put them out of spite almost, but I do think they'll do better this year.
Yeah.
Speaking as a Dallas fan for just a brief moment, all Houston
off
fans out
second.
there can go suck your mom this year. Honestly,
Take him off second, put him third.
Third.
Who?
Yeah.
Dallas.
Washington.
Well,
Sorry,
we'll get
Florida
up there.
Mayhem.
We'll
We'll
get
want to
up
have a word with you.
Toronto, we agree is here, right? No
Yeah.
one thinks that Toronto.
It's the top 5 that we got to discuss now.
Florida could end here, or here for me, but
Mm.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Like fourth seems like
Unless OG just becomes,
I
OG
think
is such a question.
and then they come second.
We haven't spoke about some of these teams, so I'll pull up them as we go. But
I think with Florida. Are you happy with me to talk about Florida?
yeah, go on.
They were absolutely nutty last season with a heavily subpar main support, and they swapped it for Slime.
Yeah,
Big
Like,
upgrade.
that's a massive upgrade. And then
OG.
OG for Fate. Fate was, again, I see that as sideways, maybe slightly upwards to OG, which is why I put Florida so high.
Really?
I think,
I
I agree. Because OG has such a high skill ceiling.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Okay. Remember what you guys said about Repel and Jexy? How is
No, I
OG
didn't
not
say
the
anything.
same?
That was all Zank that was saying that. None of
That
us
was
agree.
me. No, it wasn't.
I think it was mostly Jimmy, but just in general, like, how many seasons is OG? Okay, he is mechanically talented. I won't quarrel with that.
He was on Dallas, and Dallas is Dallas. Well, they were Dallas.
Yeah,
and
sure.
then he was on lag, and then the communication wasn't there. Now he's on all Korean roster. So this could be it.
Yeah. I mean, it has to be right for him.
Yeah.
Third time's a charm.
I'm not going to say that there's no chance that he just immediately gels and he looks great.
He's shown his moments of brilliance. Like, he has got the ability in there.
Yeah.
Like, he's shown higher highs in the seasons that he's been in the league than, granted, different roles than Jackson and Rappel.
Mm-hmm.
And I think even still, when you compare him to Fate, I think we can all agree that Fate's not, he's
I think
top
he's
10, but he's
I
not.
think Fate's just a good.
They're both just good main
Fate player.
tanks.
In a way, Fate is more of a. I'll stand here in the shield, and it's the type of guy. OG is more of a. I just got 6k slam. Go in.
Right. So
You
that's
know?
my thing. Like, to me, Fate is consistency. He's what we saw Mana was.
Yeah,
as in
he's
season
more
1.
consistent. He plays for those safer plays, and then OG goes for those riskier, higher reward.
Which
But-
I don't think you need a playmaker tank on this team.
To be honest, I'm with you. I feel like Yaki
Between Yaki,
Kind of is-
BQB,
and
Checkmate,
Gandam Jin.
you should just be able to, like, in ranked where you're holding your shield and you're just praying DPS do something. This DPS would do something if you just stood there and held your shield.
I agree. You could see it that way, or you could see it as maybe Fate was holding them back by being that shield Andy almost.
Yeah, but so
And
then, like,
if you had like a all-in sort of hyper-aggressive team in almost like a Runaway or a Vancouver Titans season 1, They're just hyper aggressive, just raw over the team. Like, sort of like what? Because that's kind of been the meta for a while. Shock have found their success by hyper aggressive. Vancouver almost went They came second season by playing hyper aggressive in goats. It's kind of become more of a hyper aggressive game.
Yeah, Space was talking on the Plat Chat thing recently, and his whole thing was every fight, like, if you don't know what you're doing, the question you should be asking is, it should be we go first, like, we make the first move, and if we don't, we need a really good reason why not, and what are we going to do? Like, why are we doing that?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's probably a sort of an idea that a lot of teams are using in some way, the ones that are doing well. I've highlighted Kuki because I think if OG is going to be formed into this well-rounded main tank that isn't hyper-feeding and whatever, it's going to be because of Kuki, right?
Yeah.
So I do have faith in that system, at least, if nothing else.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah.
I just think it's a better team than they had last season. They did well last season.
Incredibly solid.
That's true. Yeah, no, it's better than last year. I'll give you that.
Checkmate, unproven, but that's all right. Checkmate has a chance to break out. Gandam Jin, incredible player. Obviously, Gandam Jin and Slime.
I think this is I think this is a better, more well-rounded team than Washington. I think Washington should be 5th.
Okay.
It's big.
There you go. Let's do a side by side. If we're being realistic, Washington's tank line wins every day of the week, right? I rate Gargoyle. Yeah. OG could do better than I'm sort of estimating, but
unless Mag actually just shits the bed somehow,
then you've got to say that the chance of OG shitting the bed is higher than Mag shitting the bed.
Yeah.
Right. Factoring that in.
But Gangnam Jin and Slime is absolutely cracked.
Could you imagine having? This is why I think OG is such a good fit for this team, is because OG can play that over aggressive Rhine that gets in your face, and they have such a great support line that it won't even matter.
Yeah,
because they'll just keep him up.
If they coach him right, like Gulshan, yeah. If they coach him right, then absolutely he's going to be a great fit for the team, I think.
Yeah.
So okay, we're saying that 9 times out of 10, the tank line for Washington comes out on top.
Mm-hmm.
Do we think the same for DPS? I kind of
Yaki, BQB, and Checkmate versus Tuba, Jerry, Mag, Decay.
You know what it actually comes down to for me? If it's like hit scan metas, I take Washington. If it's projectile metas, I take Florida.
I'd say it's pretty 50-50.
So it's pretty 50-50 by that logic.
I'd say they're quite equal, but I just think the difference in supports is bigger than the difference in tanks.
The two big players are Decay and Yaki. Definitely, yeah.
Sure.
Yaki being that flex, but also having that great tracer, and then Decay being also a flex and a great tracer.
And it's fantastic Reinhardt.
Yeah. Fucking Jake echoes in my ears. But it does come down to Yaki versus Decay, and I think Decay wins it, unfortunately, for Yaki.
What is it
like? Because Decay is such a god player.
Is it a conversation if you're comparing the two of like Checkmate versus Assassin? In terms of the two new teams coming in, the 2 new players coming in that are kind of the unknowns that
you could say that
they make the difference in the DPS lineup conversation.
What I'm seeing is Assassin and Tuba,
but then
both
Tuba is
having to split playtime, and then you have one main projectile player on Florida who's going to get the majority of the flex.
That's true.
Playtime. They can develop more because they'll get more playtime, better development.
So what are we saying? We're saying this or this? It's these. Right.
Well, we haven't talked about Gladiators yet, have we?
We haven't.
Yeah, it's the only thing we haven't talked about.
We've all just admitted that they're a stacked team, but again, since we thrive on
it's just whether they're more or less stacked than Dallas.
Yeah.
Space. You got to look at the star players instantly. Space, Bird Ring,
Moth,
Shoe.
So Kevster as well.
Kevster, incredible.
Kevster was doing bits on 2 of the thing. It's the same argument as Only God and Shockwave.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, he's a great player.
And Field.
Kevster.
Don't forget my guy Fielder.
Yeah. So this they have a Muse.
We'll see about Muse.
He could be incredible. He could be the next Fisher. on the Gladiators.
This is a leading question, but do we agree they have the best support line in the league?
No.
Really?
I value Shocks more, to be honest.
Yeah,
the only one that you're talking about is Shock, right? That's the comparison. That's
Yeah.
what
I don't know.
say.
Funny Astro and Alarm's pretty lit.
What about Florida?
Funny Astro.
Still.
Shut.
Izzyaki and not Gangnam Jin. Lee Jae-gon.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. The difference for me is the intangibles, which we're going to assume that Moff brings more than any other main support, right? Just that sort of ability to bring teams together, whatever he's bringing in reviews, calling, all of that.
I mean, this is going to be it. This is what we're. If Shock, this is Shock's opportunity to fail almost. You know, they've let go of Moff, their shot caller, their glue that hold the team together, and now this is going to be their chance to prove that they don't need him and that they can still work as a cohesive team without him.
When I looked at San Fran this year, it's like I've still put them straight on. We've all put them on top of our rankings, and despite I've put them on top of the rankings, I think it's really unlikely that they win in the grand finals again.
Really?
Okay, not really unlikely.
You wouldn't be surprised.
I really wouldn't be surprised if someone else wins. There are like 5 teams this. 5 teams this year.
Yeah,
that
the
have
problem is
a chance to coming into that.
Imagine if there's a double flex support and a double hit scam meta, right? And you get Smurf, Choi, Violet, Twilight, Striker, and Glister against you. Then what do you do?
Yeah, true. But I mean,
you're done.
You're basically talking about Shanghai out of APAC realistically beating this team most days, right? You're not looking at any other APAC team as a. I mean, maybe Guangzhou, but probably no one else.
Yeah.
Nero's surname is pretty lit.
Oh my god, Zwag.
That does sound cool.
Yeah.
Additions. Okay, hold up. Let's start it back. Additions for San Fran this year are losing Moff, putting in FD God, adding Nero, adding Glister,
losing Rascal,
losing Rascal.
They lost 2 coaches
as
well.
Ons retired.
Lost 2 assistant coaches, and you can't.
Mm-hmm.
There is Ons.
Undermine that. Kept Krusty, but lost Junkbook and 9K, who apparently, from what we kind of hear, had.
Wasn't 9K on the Parrot? Wasn't 9K on Paris?
Yeah, 9K was in Paris. They lost the Arachne.
It was Russian. It was Russian 9K. Was
Rush, my bad.
But they had an Arachne as well, didn't they?
Yes, that sounds right. Yeah, they got a Garpe who was on
London.
London, that's right. Was he on MXL at some point? I don't know.
He was, yeah, and maybe Seoul, I think.
Yeah, so he's been about. And they've kept Tayo, who they picked up like midway last season but didn't play much. Which is.
His name's Sean. Sean Henderson.
Yeah.
Sean Henderson, yeah.
That sounds like such a fucking English name.
That sounds less English than Nero's.
He's half Japanese and half US.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I mean,
you know,
it's undoubtedly strong roster. I don't think anyone's arguing that. I just think they have.
I think it all comes down to who do you think is going to be more of a better player, almost FD God or Moff.
I take Moff. That's my point.
FD God's probably the better player, but Moff is the better teammate.
What I'm seeing now is that they've obviously Krusty's worked his magic on Moff and stuff, and now FD God has been such a great player, such a stand-up player for the Eternal last year. He's done so much for the team, and now he's moving up to the Shock roster with this incredible coaching structure, and they could turn him into this juggernaut of a main support player, and he could be the next Moff or the next whoever.
The thing is with this discussion is that they're 2 vastly different main supports as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Like FD God's this hyper aggressive
playmaker.
Yeah, like gonna get all the kills, whereas Moff's in the back line. Yeah, he'll get a big boop every now and then, but
I would add
he's not the one.
FD God's hyper aggressiveness has been punished before. We've seen teams
almost like DJ
capitalize on it, and no one has capitalized on Moff feeding ever since day one.
Moff is a feeder.
The game, yeah.
Come on. Nervous.
I mean, the other thing
nervous.
is, we're talking about like Krusty being able to turn FD God into the new Moff and so on and so on. But what does the communication structure look like on on San Fran without Moff.
Same as it was, I guess. Unless they...
I'm pretty sure they all speak English.
They do, then... So my understanding of it was that in-game leaders were Moff and Super, right? But you can't play Super every meta, and you've lost Moff.
So I think Smurf was...
I don't know. But then...
I know that Tayo knows Korean. So maybe... Well, then again, they've got one main support.
Season 1 communicate, like, translating mid-game. Do some of that.
Yeah. God,
sorry. I've actually just seen that Shock have signed Bishu as an in-game translator.
In-game translator. He's allowed to be in the comms. Oh, God. Yeah, I mean...
Yeah, it's going to be difficult because... then again, last year they had Moff. And they would play 5 Koreans and Moff. So they probably would just do the same with FD God.
I think they speak in English no matter what. I think that's the thing.
Yeah.
But then it's... Was FD God speaking? Yeah, they had to be speaking English on Paris, right? I guess.
Yeah.
That's the only thing there.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was just Europeans.
And just, we're just assuming FD God might have had a role in terms of the comm structure of Paris. It's impossible to know. But
I think every main support sort of does have to do that to coordinate the pushes.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, we all agree that anyway that San Fran should be on top, but for me, they're on top just.
I feel like they're getting all the teams are getting closer to Shock.
They're kind of like
year after year.
You know when like a line gets to like 15 or I don't know how line years work. I'm gonna say it's 15, and they just the young line challenges them, and they get kicked out the Pride and have to wander the Savannah on their own.
Yeah.
Shock is like 11. Like they're not definitely gonna have the young guns of Washington or ex-EM Dallas Fuel rocking up and fighting them for the Lionesses quite yet, but it could happen.
Yeah, there will be definitely some close matches.
They could get their main tattered.
So what did we actually discuss? We were supposed to talk about Gladiators.
Well, what we decided was that it's all about Lions, which makes Gladiators number 1.
Yeah.
Gladiator.
Wait, actually, what about Tigers?
Was on coincidence?
What about Tigers? Bumps or up?
Tigers are a dumpster fire of a team.
Bumps or up, boys? Come on. To be honest, I think I'm going to go with it like this.
I'm okay with it like this. I mean, I think that Gladiators should be more consistent over the whole season than Dallas. That being said, if you started a game tomorrow that was Dallas versus Gladiators, I'd probably put my money on Dallas.
I think if Dallas had a Tracer player, I'd put them above Gladiators.
That's the question, right? It's all the Tracer again.
But I'd also go
for Tracer player. Oh, am I forgetting someone?
Birdring,
right? Kevster plays Tracer.
When was the last time we saw Birdring on Tracer?
Nah, Kevster's...
I mean, Birdring's... It was that Birdring and Profit, which just those two. They were just interchanging on Flex and hit scam, weren't they?
So Birdring, in theory, has one, and like Alex said, Kevster has played Tracer before, but... Yeah, it's interesting. I don't think that you'd say that any of these players are top-tier, anywhere near top-tier Tracer players.
And I don't know, Muff's pretty top-tier Tracer.
Like, rightfully so, everyone's pointed it out for Dallas, but you haven't heard anyone mention it for...
I think Kevster's fine on Tracer, to be honest. I think...
Maybe he is. I haven't seen enough of Kevster's Tracer.
on Kevster?
Yeah, man.
I'm pretty sure...
Tracer will be...
Tracer's just top here.
They also put Genji, Pharaoh, Widow, Ash, Tracer. They basically cover every hero.
Yeah. This is what my profile would look like. Yeah. Polished diamonds. That's definitely what this season's going to be about. Polishing those diamonds up, and whoever has the most value at the end, it's going to take the prize.
The top teams is all going to be coaching. Florida is coaching. Washington's coaching. Dallas is, can they coach someone to play Tracer? And can they coach positioning? Because that's where they look really weak in that last tournament, actually. They weren't getting value because they were constantly not in correct positions, especially their DPS. But, I mean, that's like... That should be a 20-minute conversation of don't stand here, stand here. That seems like relatively easy. But
this is definitely going to be the year of breakouts and upsets, I think. Because every single year, the competition is getting bigger. The teams are getting closer, And eventually it's going to be, can the Vancouver Titans push Shock for the number 1 spot.
So here's where we're at then.
In a couple years.
That's our final rankings then. Okay, so moving on from this is the season of upsets, coaching, breakouts, acne, whatever else you said.
Winners.
That was all right. Yeah. That leads us on to sort of the last segment then, in a way.
So I'm going to add a new segment. Oh, propose a new segment quickly.
Jimmy, intervening. Let's go.
So obviously we're going. These are like our overall seasons. Who do we think's going to win the grand finals?
You're basically just asking what meta will it be?
Come on, lads.
Seoul Dynasty.
Valiant.
Nah.
Right, can we kick Gulshan from the?
Let's think.
Valiant.
Yeah, it all depends on what meta it is.
It really it's completely on the meta, right? Like
the top 5 from NA could. I say that the top 5 from NA could be pushing for the grand finals. To be honest, and then in APAC, I think Shanghai and Philly. Realistically, the only 2.
I think Guangzhou.
Unless
I think Guangzhou
definitely. Yeah, definitely. It all depends on the meta, of course. But I think obviously Seoul, if they play the playoff run, Profit.
If they get hog, yeah, okay.
If Profit decides to carry, I'm always gonna be rooting for Seoul. So
I think my main question was just more so Shanghai or San Fran.
Yeah, so like I have
this year,
like 55% of the time I have San Fran winning, and every other team has like a percentage of that last 45%. Not every other, but those top 5.
I feel like it's more. I think there's a 70% chance that San Fran are going to win. To be honest,
really, I don't think it's that high.
I think this is going to be the last year of the dominance of San Fran. If they have another off season like they did this year, they could be going down to 2nd for the first time in a while.
Wow.
Well, Super has only extended his contract for 1 year.
That's
and
true.
He's looking for a 3-peat. So if he gets it or not, he's literally calling it a day and becoming a streamer, like a content creator for them. So
yeah, it's possible for anyone to win for sure. But my money would be on Dallas if I had to put money on someone right now. But I wouldn't, because you'd be crazy.
Nice, Sam.
Yep.
You're all set it up.
you're so close. You're so close.
No, I'm sorry. I'm trying to organise shit at the same time. You guys carry the conversation. I'm doing stuff over here. Anyway, So we had the segue, and then Jimmy's interrupted and ruined my segue, but it's okay. What are our Dark Horse players then? So it might be important to define what a Dark Horse player is first.
Go for it.
For me, a Dark Horse player and a Dark Horse team is someone that you...
are they going to be pushing the title, or are they going to be...
No, so it do significantly better than we expect. That's really it.
So we're looking at our rankings and looking at who's...
In a way, yeah. Which can be like our group rankings or sort of more your...
Are we going to give separate rankings. Ones for each...
Each team? God, no.
No, I mean each... APAC and team?
No, APAC, okay. I'm happy taking just one. We'll keep it
just one from both?
Yeah.
Okay.
You gotta pick if you want to be an NA Andy or an APAC Adrian. I just picked A names. Aaron. That's another one.
Who do you think? Who's your Dark Horse player, Sam? I'm sure because you thought the question, you already have an answer.
So I actually was thinking about it a bit earlier, but then as we've been going, I've been changing my mind constantly.
Yeah. Go on.
Okay. So when I was thinking about it originally, I was like, there are a lot of players we expect to do well that are like right in that middle tier. But if their team does significantly better, or they just even look better than their team, then they would qualify, right? So you're looking at players on like Atlanta, Boston, Toronto, and then I was like thinking Washington, but you can't really say anyone on Washington is
have high expectations.
Yeah, like no one on Washington is going to exceed those expectations unless Decay is just single-handedly continually wiping the San Fran on his own, whilst the rest of his team stands in spawn. That's the only way that any of those happen.
If anything, Decay's a white horse. You know.
I don't know if that's.
We know he's going to pop.
Maybe that's how it works. Sure, I don't know. So yeah, I was just looking at those teams. So my original pick was going to be someone from Toronto, and then I didn't really decide who. I'll be honest. So I was between basically Aztec or Hisu, because I want Hisu to do well, you know, because of last year basically. I don't think anyone's particularly looking at him this year, although everyone expects him to do decently. But if he just could do a better job than anyone would argue Carpe is doing in Asia, that would satisfy me.
Yeah, he could be the next Carpe. That's what.
They played him on Widow instead of Carpe, last year. They had that choice.
In the playoffs.
But I think Hisu is a boring option. So, I'm going to go with Aztec just because I don't think many people...
This is the opportunity to prove himself. He's had... Look how many teams he's been on, Sam.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Oh, nice. Close it. Never mind. I'm joking. Where was he?
Hold up. I have Control-Shift-T. There we go.
Nice. Look at his teams, Sam. You get to scroll down a bit, and it's on the right, underneath the player information.
Hold on, I'm not showing it to the video. Aztec, there you go.
Look how many teams he's been on. Look how long this guy's been grinding. And he's only just got his first chance at age 21. You know, he's only got 2 years left.
He's definitely in the conversation for people that, generally people expecting him to do well. But I think there's been so many of those this year that he's been somewhat forgotten already.
Flex support is definitely the hottest contention in the Overwatch League. There's so many good flex support players, and it's hard to be a standout with the amount of talent.
So I'm going to go with
Aztec.
I'm going to go with Aztec. Right.
Okay.
Anyone got any other... anyone want to go next? Anyone they're already just set on? And like, yes, this person, everyone else is wrong. Or...
Well. I have one.
Go on.
Yeah, head on. I don't know if anyone's going to be mad at me first, but head on over to NYXL.
NYXL, he says. Hold up then. NYXL?
Yeah.
Oh my god. NYXL, right. Let's show it to the
I'm curious if this is going to be the same as mine.
Oh, really?
Take a look at that boy on the inactive.
What?
In the active there.
Oh,
inactive. Guangboon. This guy, I've been watching so many of his streams and highlights. He's aimbot. It's scary. I'm thinking this guy in his rookie year, next hands. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, NYXL. Okay, is this correct?
This guy is a freak on the hit scan, right? And I think if NYXL are gonna be in contention in APAC, they're gonna need some real freaky talent.
Sure.
This guy could be. Well, as soon as he turns 18.
Because standout mechanical players have always worked really well for NYXL. That's why they're...
Yeah. Listen, this guy, he's something else. This guy's going to be I think in the future, they're going to build around this guy. This guy's going to be the core hit scan player. He's going to be the Carpe of the NYXL in the future.
This is why... Oh, okay, wait.
March.
So he can play from the start of the season?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's more of a sniper hit scan. I'm really excited about him.
I'll go with that. Okay. Right, go on, Jimmy.
So I've got kind of two, and I'll explain the difference. Both from New York.
Really?
Whoa.
What? So the first one is, you're not your stereotypical dark horse.
Is it Jjonak?
But I think it's Jjonak. I feel like he'll come back into it this season.
Yeah, I can definitely see that happening.
He's not a dark horse in the sense that he's not just come out of nowhere. But I feel like
he's practically a unicorn, not a dark horse. It's like when the unicorn walks out the forest in that Harry Potter and the centaur scares away Voldemort. He's so not a dark horse. That fell apart. That literally is a dark horse. Ignore that. But
you know what I mean. Like a lot of people are saying that he's going to get washed. Gurshan thinks he's going to retire.
Some people have said he might retire. I've heard that.
Yeah.
He's going to retire. Watch, I'm going to put it on. It'll be like 5 million to 1, and I'm going to be a millionaire. And then they're going to see me. All right,
I love that we're just reporting our own rumors now. Like, yeah, some.
I get what you mean, Dennis. It's more of like not a dark horse, but more of a redemption tale.
He's gonna maybe not go back to his season 1, but he's definitely gonna step up to what he was last season.
They've literally made Zenyatta worse than he was in season 1, so that's gonna be tough.
Yeah,
he's still a nutty.
What if it's that now? You know, and he just rolls Twilight.
Oh, sorry. No.
If
we're waiting for animators, then I'm going to put my boy Fielder in, not Joe. What are you talking? Bedosa.
But I saw glimpses of him in season 2.
Yeah.
Yakpung has done. I think could do surprisingly well.
Okay. Yakpung. I'll take Yakpung over Jjonak.
Yeah.
I'm not writing Jjonak in here. That's unbelievable. That is egregious that you'd consider that.
I've not considered it. That's why I explained that they would, like, Yakpung was my dark horse, but I wanted to give Jjonak a mention if he's gonna.
Okay. Right, come on, Gulshan. Hit us with one you're about to pull out your arse right now.
Okay, Gulshan.
Fresh dingleberry, straight from Gulshan.
I'm going to say super on Genji. He's going to tell Tyre to fuck off. It's my time to shine again. I'm joking. No, I'm going to say Muse.
I love super. Muse!
He could be the make or break player for lag.
That's actually a good one.
Like, if you look at it, it's just him and space. That's it. That's literally it.
I know what you mean.
Actually, I'm changing mine to Super Zen. I think we're all expecting that.
I don't have an image for that.
I agree with you, Muse, to be honest.
Because he can literally make or break lag. That's it.
Yeah. I think if they didn't have they have a great structure, you know, the good veterans on the team. Muse coming in as a rookie with all this pressure on him, being one of the best teams in NA.
Yeah.
Buckle, you know?
I wouldn't say Muse is a dark horse. I'd say he's a
more of a make
differential
or break
player.
Yeah.
He's like OG.
Yeah.
I don't know enough about horses to draw apt horse comparisons. But
well, it's a difference between being a stallion and a donkey.
Yeah.
I'm a steed. Muse is a
stallion, baby.
I mean, yeah, everyone has LAG top 3. You know, most people, not everyone. But
top 5. Everyone got top 5.
Yeah, definitely top 5 of top 4. You know, everyone has ginormous expectations for LAG, and if their main tank falls apart, it's not looking good. You know, the structure of the team could just kind of buckle from there.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, that is
that's how I see it. But yeah.
I'll write it down. I'm not
Capital
happy about
Z.
it.
Capital Z.
Oh, sorry.
It's actually pronounced moose.
Oh, yes.
Big Z.
The moose meme was. Who was that? Bishu telling Bren that it's actually pronounced moose.
You've put 2 dark horse players, by the way, Sam.
You know that only you guys can see this currently, so you just ruin the immersion for
nice
for the people viewing.
Nice,
they didn't have to know that I fucked up. You didn't have to tell everyone. Right, come on then. We'll run it back the opposite way. So I'm going to put Gorshan on the spot again. What's your dark horse team, Gorshan?
Valiant.
Very good.
No, I'm gonna say Boston. I'm saying Boston.
Boston.
Yeah, look, they've got that little juicy pack there, and
someone else said they were going to say Boston.
I wasn't going to say Boston because I think that Boston are going to perform exactly how everyone expects them to perform this season, right?
Oh, you want a dark horse team? Then fine, fuck it. All right, London, fuck it. Let's chuck them in the mix.
That's interesting. Okay.
That's a James Dyson goal, that is.
They could come
London
out
or Paris, yeah, or Vancouver. Let's just chuck all of them in the mix, yeah. Just
Scrubber rejoice. I
like that you clearly put a lot of thought into it and just changed your mind. Because you know what, Gulshan? I'll put Boston. You said Boston. I don't want at the end of the season for Boston to have came fourth.
Wait until next year.
Yeah.
Wait until next year, but Boston's winning the league, I'm calling.
When we're doing this again next year, we're reviewing it, we're running it back.
Yep.
High fuses, Zank. How are you in a year's time? You know?
Well, we're like Billie Eilish on that 4 years down the line thing. We're just looking back. Yeah.
I've gained 2 subscribers.
I don't want Gulshan to feel that we robbed him of his dark horse team when we look back at this. So I've put Boston.
Yeah.
I think that they're going to perform exactly how we expect them to perform. but that's fine.
Who's next?
Was it Jimmy or was it you, Zane?
Sorry.
Oh, it's a bit chilly.
I think it was Jimmy after me.
It was Jimmy, but even
I put the order all funky, but it's fine. Go on, Jimmy. Then. Who's your dark horse team? He's busy talking to Emily. It's okay.
Should I go?
We'll wait. No, we'll wait.
We'll wait.
How's everyone at home doing? This is a good time to check your posture while you're watching.
Hi guys. I'd like to thank our sponsor, T-Mobile.
Yep.
Yeah.
I thought there was
Sam, what if you put Aztec as your dark horse team? What the hell?
Stop ruining the immersion, Jimmy. Stop it. You're
the next person to name your dark horse team, Jimmy. We're just waiting for you, but it's okay.
Well, I think Boston's going to do even better than we put in.
Really?
I think they could push up to Toronto's level of
a whole two, but sure.
Well, I mean,
to Boston.
It's quite a step.
I mean, yeah, they're going to do better than last season. Okay. So
I guess it depends on how the general community is rating Boston right now.
Yeah. Well, Boston was my... Like, coming into it, I was like, oh, okay, I'm going to have to put a fight in to get Boston up as high as I want them. And then it turns out that you agreed. I was like, oh, okay.
Yeah.
So it sort of ruined my dark horse prediction.
Ushan stole it. So it's like...
No, I'm changing mine to London, but, you know...
I'll change it to London then. I like London as a dark horse shout. There's a decent chance that London does way better than people think.
I'm changing mine to London.
That is actually possible.
Mm.
Yeah, okay. Boston for reasons that we don't need to explain too much. I'll accept Boston. Go on then, Zhang.
You ready?
Yeah.
You ready?
Yeah.
Soul.
No one's even looked at, we haven't picked APAC at all.
I'm not looking at APAC because I think APAC is so highly contested that there's no point. You know?
Unless you say Chengdu. Yeah.
I'm going to pick Toronto Defiant.
Okay. Sure.
I feel like they could be pushing for definitely... If things go right for them and, other teams sort of don't get into the groove straight away, they can be making top 5 by the end of the year. We have them top 6 now.
Sorry, you ripped into me for Boston going up 2 levels.
Listen, I feel like Boston is different because Toronto, we're expecting them to be, just out of that top 5, greatest in NA. There's 4.
No, I can see Toronto like pushing Toronto, the top. If things click.
Yeah, if the pieces fit, then Toronto could be pushing, higher than what everyone's expecting them to,
I'll say this,
just out of the top. They could be in the top, is what I'm saying.
I know I've said my piece on Florida and OG and whatever, but I could legitimately see Florida falling behind Toronto by the end of the season, just with our current expectations of both those teams.
So definite possibility.
So, I mean, yeah. If they do better than one other team, they've climbed significantly, really.
There's also a world where OG just completely fucks the entire season, right? And they could even push second, I think.
I mean, I don't see why it would happen, but what if Decay just decays again?
Yeah.
And, I mean, Washington are down the pooper now. You're subbing in Jerry, and good luck. It's unlikely, but... Okay, I hate my pick, because... as a Dallas fan, this is the antithesis of everything I stand for. But I'm putting Houston.
Oh.
Because I think that basically everyone's predictions of where Houston are is completely just skepticism of their tank line, right?
Yeah.
And if that does well, I see them being at a Toronto level, no problem.
Houston was my second pick after Toronto.
Yeah. So, I mean... I don't like that I'm saying Houston. Ideally, for me, they'd come somewhere below Paris.
That's what I was thinking. Think about it. Is this the last segment, Sam? Are we saying goodbye to
this? This is it, yeah.
And the last answer, the last question was Houston.
Coincidence? I think not.
Fuck.
And on that bombshell.
So, I mean, yeah, for the audience at home, then, this is what we've got. They can't... Oh, here we go. Let me do one of these. Wow.
Whoa.
Wow.
A presentation.
Nice.
That's what we're finishing on then. Do I just put that as the thumbnail? They don't have to watch.
No, it's spoilers.
It also triggers me how the Dark Horse team text box is slightly lower than the Dark Horse player.
Don't look at that. Just look at the bright side.
I'm now going to trigger everyone else.
No, this is fine. This is fine. Let's go with one of... There you go. You happy?
Caution, you could just kept that to yourself.
Yeah, you could have done.
I'm not bothered,
Put Comic Sans on.
I have, yeah. That's what you get. There we are.
That's fine.
Much
Makes
better.
Feel like I'm in
I
school.
can see that shit in 4K now. Look at that.
Wow.
Right.
I mean, I'm happy with this. This looks right.
This looks
Oh,
right.
for now.
Confidence. Yeah.
Hopefully it'll look
Bear in
now,
mind.
Wait till the end of the season.
I mean, just
Ireland Dark Horse team. Gonna be number 1 in NA.
bearing in
yeah.
mind that all of these
Well,
ones that we got wrong last year. But I mean,
What
maybe
even
maybe
is
this
that
year's
colour
the year.
system? There's black, there's red, there's green, there's
It's
yellow.
all over the place. We
There's-
don't
there's
even talk
really
about
grey,
Vancouver.
you know?
Chaos.
Why is Hangzhou Spark pink in our previous?
We
by the
said
way?
they were
We
in a
said
kind of
that-
different section of their whole thing.
Yeah.
We said they were a tier break of their own. Anyway, we're cycling all the way back to
Hold
the
on.
start. We don't need to.
Have we rated Seoul lower than last year or higher than last year?
That's an interesting question. It's hard to say because we haven't got
Oh,
them
there's
separate.
2 different. Okay,
Yeah,
no,
it's not
never
worth
mind.
getting
Never mind.
Gulshan, any closing words? Any words of wisdom? It's gonna be unrelated to Overwatch. Just something to leave the people with. Oh, it can be Overwatch.
I do not know.
No.
Don't let your dreams be dreams.
Uh,
Fisher can come back again. He's always welcome
Did he ever actually-
at Boston Uprising. That's it. That's all I have to say.
Lovely.